Of sound, Lavistro wakes in the underground. Cyber dragon host seizes the helm. Dive into the madness of virtual realms. Welcome to DagonCast. Fire breathing wide, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. From Gamergate to Goonergate, woke crusaders spew their hate. Lies unfold before our ears. Podcast rage to calm our fears. Reclaim gaming in DagonCast. Fire breathing wide, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. DagonCast. Worlds clash in endless collision. Gaming news with a fierce precision. With a spark so wild it breaks the norm. In the tempest eye of analyst face the score. Truth burns with a psychotic roar. Corrupt suits sneer what they despise. DagonCast will open your eyes. Integrity found in DagonCast. Fire breathing metal, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. DagonCast. DagonCast. Of justice cut through the dark. Lavistro's roar ignites the spark. A dragon's heart fiercely defends the gaming world. Our passion ascends. This is DagonCast. DagonCast.
Hello, dragons. Throughout stories of folklore, movies, fantasy books, and even games, we had two types of dragons. There's the dragon that is the final boss and challenge for the hero. And then we had the wise dragon that's usually uses his power and loans his power in aid and support of the hero, or gives the hero's wise advice. Or there's the dragon who is the hero, him or herself, as is today. But before we introduce our special guest, I'd like to just take the moment to acknowledge everyone in the chat. We had a big turnout. We have Wyron of Bly. Hello. Valkyria Winner. Lord Dragonil. Boliski. Arobi. The Goon Room. And who else? Freedom Fighter. St. Hugo. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. Siniviere, our special guest. Always welcome to see her. Seen and heard. And let's see, one more, I guess. Actually, we'll just go with that. But yes, so that being said, let's introduce the panelists. Dan hasn't showed up. He's probably oversleeping. And Dash was supposed to be somewhere else, but he's here today. So, hi, Dash. How you doing?
Hey, Lavistro. Yeah, the show I was on was started an hour before, so I just dipped out early to make the show.
I hope you had a good networking experience.
It was cool. I got to see the creator of Vampire the Masquerade, and he's working on a new game that is sounding really, really awesome if you're into tabletop.
Yes, and that's another thing. We were going to hopefully be covering tabletop games in June, and so maybe you could maybe I hope you got some networking, so we could probably invite him on as well.
Oh well, T-shirts his contact, so I'll have to ask.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That being said, that game over Chief is. Let me see if we do this. There we go. That's better.
You know who that is in the frame, don't you?
I'm still waking up. I'll be full. Took a nap before all this. I had D&D night.
Well, you know what's coming on the 11th.
Yes, and the mods are going to be glorious. How you doing?
All right, except it's going to have freaking de nouveau, but there's so many people speaking out against it.
Yes, and we were going to cover that in Dragon Bites.
Yeah. But that's why I'm not going to say much about it right now. But I still bought it anyway, and you know how I feel about Eve, so know I bought the complete edition.
Oh yeah, there was no way you weren't going to get the Stellar Blade PC edition, Boa.
Yeah, and next we're going to invite what everyone is here for, Siniviere.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
What's up?
How you
How are
doing,
you
Siniviere?
guys? I am doing good. I woke up just before the stream. I am already having an excellent day. I definitely can't complain. Thank you for inviting me on.
Oh no, it's been a while. I've been trying to do this for a while, and I did want to do it on your stream that one time, but at the same time, it's like if I don't ask her on stream, I'm not going to ask her in the DMs. I'm horrible at that.
Oh, I totally understand. I struggle with asking people to like play a game with me. So you know what? I'm happy the way you handled it.
yeah, networking can be tough sometimes, but
for
like.
sure.
Yep, and now you're part of the DagonCast Discord, so you can always network with any of us. You want to play a game? We're always.
Oh, I'm
we're
always up
playing
for a game.
Mm-hmm.
What kind
Yeah,
of
but
games
you
do
rarely
have?
show up on the Discord, Dash. So we can't. It's not like we can ask you sometimes. You just randomly start streaming. We're like, oh, okay, we see how it is.
You want me to drop my links more often? I'll drop my links more.
Well, we have your links for the Discord. Cyber Technology. I'm saying like, for example, I've been playing more with the Good Room and Dan, Furious Dan, and sometimes Bo will pop in. But we rarely see you pop in sometimes. So that's why I was
like for your own streams, yeah. I'll try.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like we will do it in a voice chat, and then from there we will schedule another day for a stream.
Oh yeah, you're talking on Discord. Yeah, maybe I'll try and catch that.
That's why y'all have Dragon Streamer so y'all can collab because y'all will stream games. It's for that reason. Like I said, we're trying to build I'm trying to build a network here. Hello, Trouble Cat and Stark of Iron and Philip Morgan. But yeah, so Dragon Bites. Basically, for those who don't know or kind of figure out what's going on here, we're still structuring DagonCast because it's brand new, and there are times where there's news that are irrelevant or small, but people try to stretch them out. We're not going to name names because everyone has their own way of doing things, but we do have a special announcement with Kirsty. So Kirsty, or I can never say her name right. Kirsty, thank you. She posted her letter to Vice, and Vice removed all the articles. And apparently, Anaval Lens, it decided to delete its X account, and there's rumors it may have been fired, but it also lost its Blue Sky. So it's in pure blown hiding. And then shortly after that, there was a Twitch ban on Kirsha, and as of last night, she's been unbanned. So another win for gamers, but the battle for the in the VTuber community is going to continue, but we focus on games. So stay tuned for more news. I'm pretty sure Dash Attack and maybe Cine will probably cover it too. I've seen some of her videos. So you want to follow those lovely content creators.
Yeah. I've been pressed for time, but I have been following the story, and I'm just glad Kirsha was able to get those smear pieces removed. Hopefully, restore some of her reputation.
She can sue, and if she does, I'm going to say more power to her. I support her rights to free speech, and it's about time these people are held accountable. I mean,
Absolutely.
what she did was
it's happened way too many times. Like, these journalists just go after people and try and fuck with them.
Yes, and we're seeing that they're starting to see too that they're not the majority. So, like I said, we're going to move on from that, but it is a nice wrap up in a tiny bow. I covered it 2 times, 2-hour-long videos. So
I do have a question in that regards for the Kirsha thing. Did they ever say if they fired the dude from Vice who is the editor? Because shouldn't he be the one that's in trouble for letting Anna Valens do whatever the fuck he thought he was going to do?
I'm going to say allegedly, because people are saying that, but you know how people like to gossip. And I'm a person who searches for facts. So if I don't have evidence to support the claim, I just say allegedly. So let's put it that way. But speaking of allegedly, and those who are fashionably late and probably overslept, Furious Dan. The furry Dan you love, right?
I didn't overslept. I'm still ticking. Guess what? 3 days, 4 days streaming, 8 hours, overkill. Yeah. And I'm going to do another 8 hours tonight at midnight.
Make sure you take care of yourself, honey.
Yeah.
I had to take a break because I was doing so many Claire Obscure.
I've been drinking too many caffeine soda. I'm like all over the place. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. But anyways, we were covering the or wrapping up the coverage on the Kirsha because it's small news.
Yeah.
She finally got unbanned, and the battle for
she's
Fox
winning.
2. Yeah, she's winning.
Yeah,
the battle for the Fox 2 is still ongoing, but as far as the gaming community, she's back on it, and it's a win. So the next thing is the Steam data breach. Now, I haven't gotten too much info on that. I only found out about it like last second, and last night was the Common Nerd's birthday stream, so I was over there supporting him. But apparently, allegedly, the Valve Inc. is saying you don't have to change your account or anything like that. They just stole some metadata, carrier metadata in Portugal. But just I wouldn't say it's not irrelevant, but there's not a whole lot of details that I've found on it yet. But just keep an eye on your account. They did say you don't have to update your security information or anything like that. But keep an eye on your Steam account.
It takes 5 minutes to change your password. Just be safe, guys. Change your password.
That's why I have a VPN. I have a VPN with
VPN, 2-factor auth, all that stuff.
I paid $230 for the high-end VPN.
Oh yeah, I got 2-factor. I should
possible.
be good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just something I want to point out there because it's small, but something we do need to address. And I think for right now, we'll go ahead and it's De Nuvo. We'll talk about De Nuvo. Now, anyone who watches my streams, the regular on my show, knows that I have a strict no De Nuvo stance. Like, I do know that people are saying, "Ooh," but back before it came out, I'm full disclosure, before it came out, Doom: The Dark Ages was supposed to be what certain people were saying that. Certain irrelevant people that are trying to, rip off and write off people's coattails were saying that. And no, that's not the reason why I didn't get Doom: The Dark Ages. I didn't get it because it had De Nuvo, which uses a lot of processing power and takes a lot of the game's file size. And the only time I broke that rule, sort of like the exception, was Black Myth Wukong. But apparently, as Vet Gamer Roshisha said, De Nuvo is now going to be in Stellar Blade as well. So since he mentioned it, I'll let him start the conversation.
Well, when I first found out about it on their announcement on Twitter, first thing I said was it's not needed. That's what I told them. It's not needed. And then people have been arguing back and forth. There's a couple of shills for it that have responded to my comments about, well, to keep people from pirating the game. No, it won't. They will crack it if they want to crack it. And the people that are going to pirate the game, we're going to pirate it anyway, regardless. And I don't think Denuvo would hurt sales of legitimate players not buying it. Over, I can't say how many copies will be pirated, even cracking Denuvo, but it won't amount to anywhere near what they can make off of it without Denuvo. And Denuvo is invasive. Some people deny it, but I know it's true because I found their folders in other parts of my computers when screwy stuff was happening. And had to manually remove them. You can uninstall the game, but those Denuvo files, there's several Denuvo files still embedded in there.
They seriously charge companies $25K a month just to have it on their.
It's really right here.
Stellar Blade they'll lose money on that. It's not worth it.
And Denuvo came after gamers that had honest criticisms about it, and they just like, oh, you're pirate. They literally called these gamers pirates. Like, oh, you're just pirates, not finding an excuse. And I was like, that's not. But and the thing is, either Sony or Shift Up have to pay that $25,000 a month. And it's going to end up costing them more money in the long run than what it's worth, because not as many. I don't think they stop and think that there will be some piracy whether they have Denuvo or not, but it's not going to hurt the legitimate sales at all.
I mean, it's the same thing with movies. Like, most people still buy legal, like even with the piracy option available.
Yeah.
If it's something they want to support, they'll support it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I got the game. I've already had a couple games with Denuvo on it, so damage is done already with Denuvo. So I went ahead and supported Shift Up anyway.
Yeah, I've been playing Doom: The Dark Ages, and it's been running pretty fine. But I have a really good computer, so I know other people have been having trouble with it.
Cindy, you were playing Doom: Dark Ages, weren't you?
Same here. Yeah, I was.
And I remember asking you how it was performing for you. You said you didn't have any issues, right?
No, not one. Like, everybody let me know to keep an eye out for something called Vulcan, but I didn't see it. So hopefully they fixed it. This has Denuvo?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No. Doom: The Dark Ages has Denuvo?
Yeah, it does as well.
Oh,
that's the only reason why I haven't gotten Doom, because it's first off, it's got Doom: The Dark Ages. So you got Doom, which I love Doom, and you got medieval fucking themes in it. So like, those are two win-wins for me. I was like, yes, and I saw the new. I was like, it's like I covered it back in my podcast, the Dark Ages controversy, which I was covering KCD2 and Doom having Denuvo.
Yeah, somebody's gonna crack it someday.
Yeah,
they'll end up removing it. Once they do, they'll have a spike in sales, because then even more people will buy it.
And the thing is,
I think Denuvo only shows is there for the first 6 months to a year, and then they remove the Denuvo. That's what I'm waiting on. I'll still play it. I'm gonna wait
for. Can I sign real quick, Lavistro? I was checking the Steam charts earlier, or the day before, or maybe yesterday. Only 30,000 people were playing Doom, but the reason why they were playing Doom. Listen, the reason why they were playing Doom, for the simple fact, either they waited for the weekend, or they just, and if it's still like 30,000 like past today, that means a lot of people didn't buy it because of Denuvo.
Yeah,
because there were 30,000 people yesterday, concurrent players playing Doom.
I think there's a lot of factors as to why, like the price is also a big one. There's also some people that don't like the new combat system. Exactly. I think it's fine.
I don't like the one with the when you have to fly with the dragon. That
you don't
for some reason the mechanics sucks. But other than that, when you actually play with Doom itself, you're good.
Oh man, it was a good game. Like, I'm really upset that there's Denuvo in it. I
Yeah.
didn't even know.
Me
Holy
either.
shit.
Yeah.
All right, now I just found out right now too.
Well, that's why we cover it. It
Anyway.
isn't like right now. It's just, we could talk more about it later. It's just I want to cover it in a bite-size discussion. But most people are here. Well, sadly, or actually, fortunately, whatever you want to call it, Siniviere. So, Siniviere, as I told you as a heads up, and everyone who watched my podcast knows, you're on my thumbnail. So, I'm going to ask the question everyone who clicks on my thumbnail is going to ask, and that's, who the fuck are you? Why the fuck are you here? And why the fuck should my viewers care?
Oh, who is your daddy and what does he do?
Pretty much.
Well, let's see. I am a weeb from head to toe. I have loved anime and gaming my entire life, and I decided that I really wanted to start a YouTube channel to see if I could make it and show support to all the lovely nerds in the community who get so much hate. And I just wanted to give back, and tell you guys that I appreciate you guys who game, who are into anime, who are into the nerdy stuff. There's always going to be somebody in your corner. I know it's hard right now. It's difficult, but hey, guys, I care about y'all. I want to have a good time with everyone, and that's why I do this.
Awesome. So you can always, like, just so you know, you can always say you don't want to answer certain questions if it's too personal, stuff like that. But what started your interest in gaming per se?
Oh gosh. I learned how to build computers with my dad, and that was like our bonding thing. And I was one of I think I was the only one out of my sisters that really liked to video game. So I grew up on it.
Awesome. What was your first game?
Oh goodness. I think it might have been Duke Nukem.
Oh wow. Awesome. That's it. I won't lie. I love that game.
My uncle had it on his computer, and yeah, I wasn't supposed to be able to play that.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah.
And by the way, chat, I am highlighting your chat. So if you have a question for Sin, we will address it to her. But Sin, have you ever played console games or just PC?
Mostly PC. I couldn't afford consoles growing up.
Well, that's ironic. I couldn't even afford a computer. I was lucky to have a Game Boy. So if I asked you which is best, you probably wouldn't be able to go from experience. But which is best, Sonic or Mario?
Oh gosh, I've only played Frontiers for Sonic, and I've only played a couple of games for Mario, and I have to say I really like Sonic.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was surprised to find that out. I was like, oh man, Frontiers is gonna suck. But no, Leon was like, nope, you'll love it, I promise. And we started playing, and I fell in love. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Leon, fellow Sonic fan.
Yes.
One of the
Yep. But unfortunately, these two had to leave now because they came out and said they were not Sonic fans. They like Mario better. So
hey, that's
nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with growing up with something you started out first with. Okay, Lavistro?
I didn't care for either one of them equally.
I think that's fair. I think before
fair.
this, or before I met Leon, I was in the same position as Vet Gamer.
Oh. And thank you for coming, Sin. Bye-bye. No, for those who don't know, back in the console wars, Sonic and Mario was the biggest battle for first-gen consoles and stuff like that. But yeah, so Sin, you said you started off with PC gaming and you couldn't afford a console. When did you what game made you what was it Duke Nukem that sold you, or what game sold you as, yep, I'm a fucking gamer?
Oh gosh. I don't think I've always considered myself a gamer because I had emulators for Pokemon like way back in the day. Uh, I mean, I've had games my entire life. I played Diablo. So I really don't know when the starting point of mentality shifted to I am a gamer, but I've just always been a gamer.
Mhm.
World of Warcraft. I played it for years and like put a lot of love and dedication into it.
Yes, back in the day, everyone played Warcraft. There
Oh,
was
yeah.
not. It was like people like to blame the Big Bang as the invasion of nerdom. No, it was Warcraft. They had Ozzy Osbourne playing it. They had what's his name? The guy from Machete. I'm just gonna break front his name. They had a lot of actors promoting it that were in the games. They had people
Chuck
get married in
Norris,
the
Mr.
games.
T. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah.
Everyone was playing it, and so it was just the thing to do. But yeah. So how familiar are you with Gamergate and Gamergate and a culture war when it comes to gaming? Like you said, you wanted to be a voice on YouTube. So what sparked that? Was it Gamergate? Was it Gamergate 2? Was it just you woke up one day and says, I just wanted to stream on YouTube?
No, the Frosk situation like was the biggest inspiration for me because when she said women do not exist to be easy on the eyes for you, I was like, bitch, fuck you. I will make a character that is easy on the eyes for you. That I'm here to support all men because it's like, yes, are there some people who are crazy and weird? Yes, but who the fuck isn't? And you're always gonna have that in the space. It's how you handle it that matters.
Awesome.
And it pisses me off when gamer or women who say they're gamers say, oh, men always treat me horribly in games. Bitch, fuck you so I mean, like, that tells me there that you're not a gamer, or else that you're fudging like which game you say you're good at. Because if you are being carried, then yeah, you can say you're a gamer, but that's not you playing. That's not you actually working for the title of gamer. You're just in a game and being carried. If you're playing like shooting games and you're being a pain in the ass, yeah, guys are gonna cuss you out. Do your job.
I also wouldn't consider
It's called a gamer
the
thing.
angry voices
Yeah.
in the Call of Duty lobby a broad representation of what gaming is, and that's what Frost basically did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Guys have only ever been kind to me whenever I played any game. It didn't matter. So I never understood why they got that much traction, because if you actually knew what it was like to game with these people, you wouldn't say half the shit that you do.
Well, also to be fair, I can't remember the name of them. I think it was Viva League. They have like epic NPC men, all that stuff. They did make a point of that. It was like when there's a female gamer, all the guys will support her. When there's a guy gamer, they will literally teabag him, wait till he respawns, torment him. I mean, that's just how we gamers are. Guys are. We like gamers are like people try to say, in my point of view, gamers don't have a lot of testosterone. When you play a game with gamers, you find men actually being men. So like when there's a woman on, we're a lot nicer to the woman until like she's one of the guys or something. Then we start tormenting her or teasing her. But with guys, right off the bat, I mean, like if you watch Schooners for Life, I'm sitting there tormenting Dan, tormenting Roadkill. Sometimes Mikey D set and I go at each other like it's like a Call of Duty lobby, and we're horrible at each other. But at the end of the day, someone comes after Dan or Dash or Bet or Bo, I'm gonna come after those people because those are my friends. Like it's the weirdest thing about guys.
They always come after me the most. They always come after me the most, but mostly Roadkill gets roasted.
Yeah.
Roadkill. He's right there right now in the chat.
Yeah.
There he is.
And it's not his fault. And I did tell him, I was like, he got mad one time. I was like maybe I did get it a little too far because I am snarky. But it's like I'm going to take a break from you because like I don't want him to I don't want my friends to think that I'm a bully.
No.
So when I always tell him, it's like, hey, if you think I'm going too far, to let me know. If you need a break and you need to take a knee, it's not like you're a pussy or anything. It's just sometimes it's just not the day for it, right? But yeah, we my view is like we're nicer to women than we are to men. That's just ingrained to stop one thing.
It's a thing when it comes to having ladies in our gaming chat. We're more gentlemen.
Oh yeah, no, you guys.
Yeah, chill.
I found that the best way to make friends with guys who are gamers is call them gay.
It's not simping. It's just the way I was made.
You would definitely fit in.
What's the first question I ask every time I get in Discord? Why are you guys gay?
I know.
Yeah. And the thing is just the way a lot of us guys were raised. We were like, my father raised me to always be a gentleman with the ladies, no matter how much of a bitch they could be. But just
see, that's a good value to have. That most guys have that mentality. It's you treat a lady with respect, but if they're willing to throw hands with them.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is like the goon room. Mikey, just give you a little lore here. All right, so obviously I'm a hypno mod, and everyone's probably tired of this story, but it's one of the perfect, male stories I can tell. That's funny. So, thank you. You know what? Old man needs his nap. Good night, old man.
Oh, believe me, last night I fell asleep on Discord, and then Mikey kicked me out. I was snoring like a fucking rocket. You know what it is? Because I streamed so much, 6 to 8 hours.
That's right. You need your nap. Good night, Dan. Have a good night. Good night, sleep tight.
Well, you know what it is? I just do it because I have passion for the games that I love. I like playing games. It's therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? I get away from all the bullshit.
Oh, totally understand.
Yeah, hang out with
like I said about the story I was saying, Mikey was being Mikey, and he's snarky to me probably a little more. I don't know, like people actually say we're very similar, and I took that as him actually, trying to be a troll and hitting us Discord, so I banned him. And Hypno told me, he's like, no, don't ban him. You're not allowed to ban him. Like I told you offline, like I'm the mod in Hypno's mods of Hypno's mods. I'm the one with the most bans, and the only one that outranks me on bans is Hypno himself. Like he's banned more because it's obviously his channel. He's accumulated bans, but in my short 1 year of being a mod, I've banned more people than most other mods. So we didn't like each other very much, and then now we're like best of friends. I don't know what it is to be this best of friends, but it's like going in a bar, bumping into somebody. He wants to fight you. You go out back. You beat the shit out of each other. You come back in all bloody and bruised up, and you're buying each other beers and joking like you were best of friends in the first place. That's literally how guys make friends.
I mean, that's the best part about it.
And don't forget, everyone. I just want to put it in chat because I'm reading your chats and trying to acknowledge them. But if you have a question for Sin, don't hesitate to ask, and we will make sure she sees it. We're here to ask her all the tough questions.
I will do my best to answer.
This is our interview time.
All right.
What's your favorite genre of games?
Oh gosh, it really depends. Like on the game, because I'm enjoying Helldivers immensely, but I don't normally do shooting games. But then, like Leon, okay, so let me explain how this one works, Vet Gamer. I played WoW exclusively for years, so I'm just now trying to find what I like outside of MMOs.
Do you like Black Desert?
I didn't play it. I played World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy Online.
Black Desert's pretty good though.
14, right?
Really?
Not 11.
Yes. 14.
I'd be right back. I just got my son needs me for a second, so he says he really needs me. So I'll be here, but AFK.
Yeah, I love Final Fantasy 14. I base my VTube avatar off my character, but I really need to get in a better playing habit and get further in it.
Siniviere, how gat are you? I'm pretty gat.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Dash Attack. How far you got on Doom already?
Oh, on Doom, I'm like in the midway point. I just did the couple levels in Hell, and now I just left Hell.
Yeah. I'm chapter 15 right now.
Okay, yeah, so I'm a few chapters behind you.
Yeah, I'm hitting that shit hard, bro.
Oh man, yeah. Hopefully, I'll get further tonight. Playing on Nightmare mode, it's been really enjoyable. I die constantly, but I feel like otherwise the game would be too easy.
No, but the thing is, if you play the game easy, you have all your stuff equipped ready for Nightmare. If you go start Nightmare right away, you don't have no shit that you picked up from easy mode. You're gonna get fucked without Vaseline, my brother. Yeah,
I know, and I have been. It's been like, I've had to like souls the shit out of like, especially those reverence, dude. I fucked them.
I haven't even finished the first
You
Berserker
fucked the
Kazan yet.
reverence. Oh my.
Oh, God. He
You're
fights
a lot
the
further
reverence.
than me. I would not even interested in it. I watched Dan play some and Hypnotic play some, and
Doom is a shit. I don't know why.
I'm just not into it. It doesn't
Because
look
you know
all
what
that
it is? It's just you like
great to
gooning.
me.
You like gooning games. You're a man. You're gonna, you're gonna watch a fucking girl in bikini all over the place. I don't blame you. Oh, shit, I do the same
doing
shit.
games are nice, but sometimes you just need to bash some demon skulls.
Yeah.
Not all the time. I do. My, Fallout. I don't like first person shooters that much. Not like I used to. Because I
true.
played Half-Life and all that. I loved Half-Life and Halo and stuff, but I just lost interest in first person shooters.
See, I never
Half-Life-
got to play those.
Half-Life, Alex on VR, fucking fantastic. Fucking fantastic. I tell you.
You should really give the original Halo trilogy a try. It's fantastic. There'll never be anything like it again.
Oh, yeah, I know I have the trilogy already. My wife bought that. I got the original upstairs on discs. Then my wife bought me for Christmas, actually, years ago, with a pair of Army headsets, and I still got the Army headsets upstairs.
Oh, I had no idea you were married, Dan.
Yeah, I've been married. I have an 18 going to be an 18-year-old pretty soon.
Ooh.
What? You don't look old enough for that.
Yeah, I'm 42.
Neither do I. I don't look old enough to have a 24-year-old.
Man.
I'm 42.
Actually, no.
Let me
You know what it is, Siniviere?
Siniviere?
It's the good food. The good food and the good love. That's it. And you stay young.
See, I know I don't look old
And
enough to have
happiness. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't look old enough to have a 24-year-old either. So I'm right with you, Dan.
Yeah.
I will say, sorry for stepping out a little quick, but I forgot. My son likes to sneak snacks, so I had to put the snacks at a super high place, and so I had to go get him. He's a gamer too. He loves Minecraft, Legend of Zelda, and he's like, "Dad, can I have my gamer snacks?" I was like, "Yeah, I can't reach them." I'm like, "Oh, right." So I had to go get them. So I apologize for that. Let me know if you've already answered these questions from the chat. And so Arobi asked, you said you played Duke Nukem back in the day. We talking old 2D Duke Nukem?
Yes, the old one. My uncle still has all his old CD-ROM games.
I keep my old shit, bro.
Yeah.
I keep all my old shit. Trust me.
I barely, because I have a brain injury, I barely remember. I know I played it, but I barely remember playing Duke Nukem 2D. But Mr. Monkey wants to know how gay you are, or I guess lesbian. Are you like?
I like to flirt with the ladies. I don't want the ladies.
There you
It's
go.
kind of like me. It's kind of like me.
She's trans. She's like Red says with
But to tell the truth, her voice is blushing.
It's like I'm a little, but I prefer like women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cineviere's voice is blushing. Trust me.
Did I make you blush?
I can blush.
Oh, no, not really.
It's just the way you talk.
Oh, and Scene told me that you two know each other, but he wants to know, and we call him BBC, my BBC. Following. So, context on BBC's new name. So when we do Good for Life and other things where we chat together, I let my chat in a poll decide to canon for at least my stream. And I asked him, is Scene now BBC because he used to work for the BBC because he's British, or is it still seen and heard? And everyone says, no, it's BBC now. So
Yeah, the one that came
He
out with
can't
the
skip.
name.
and he came up with his own name. He's like, no. I was
Came
like,
up
you
with the
walk yourself
name.
into it's like, when I don't come up with these things when I'm around, because I will use them until I'm tired. But now since you don't want me to use it, I will give the gracious democracy a chance here and let the audience defend you. And well, now that the audience is always taking my side on this one. When we do that again, we're like, people are like, nope, we don't want to have that. It's like, no, let's let them have voice. Maybe they'll offend you for once. Nope, it's always. So he's now BBC. But yeah, you thinking about joining us for Gooders for Life on Saturday nights?
I usually stream with Zax on Saturday nights.
Mhm.
I'm his co-host, so it's a little harder for
Yeah.
me to get away from those.
Yeah, I noticed you're very, very busy.
Oh yes,
mean-
it's beginning to get difficult. I'm starting to overlap people, and it's like, oh no.
Oh, it's gonna get a lot worse. It's gonna
Oh,
get a lot worse,
goodness.
trust me. But yeah, if you have a free night where you want to join us, we'll try to schedule one where we can do, because that's one thing we've all tried to do is we're all gamers trying to create the gaming community. So like we
Yeah.
had this talk show, but we had a night where it's kind of like a podcast, but we're all playing our own different games, either together or separately. But we're talking about just shooting the shit nerd talk.
Yeah, and Siniviere, if after the show, I can invite you to my multiplayer Discord. I started out as a 14 server. I'm using it for most of my collabs for multiplayer.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ghost 101 wants to know, have you ever heard or played RuneScape?
I have heard of it. I've never played it.
But yes, and obviously, like I told you in my chat, my Discord, and Dan has one as well. And Bo, we all have our own Discords.
Yeah, but I keep my Discord private. I don't mention it too much on
Yeah.
link it up on it.
Yeah,
like
my
that. I just
Discord
want to invite.
hasn't blown up either.
The only reason why I keep my Discord private because I like to invite people that I want there. I just don't want anybody to just go in there and God forbid to start shit. I had to hire 4 months to get rid of one person last week.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try and keep my Discord very private to
Yeah.
fans and friends.
I've been lucky. Ironically, I have yet to ban someone from my Discord. But then again, we have a capture. Like you join, then we have a capture system. We have agreed to rules, so that way it covers us from bots and trolls. So that way, if we ban someone, like, well, you agree to follow the rules. We are a free speech server, as long as it's under the Discord to COS and it's not illegal. So you violated those rules. That means you're not. We don't want your drama.
Lavistro will laugh about it. Lavistro was laughing last week when I made him into a mod. Siniviere, have you ever seen a 1-page huge essay in a Discord?
No.
Okay, one person did a whole essay. Okay, on my Discord that we had to kick the person out.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the. There's people that don't like. People say, "Oh, we're splitting." I was like, "No, here's the thing," and this is my personal view. When we had Gamergate happen, we had one tribe doing their thing, activists doing their thing. So another tribe comes in and says, "Oh, the enemy of my enemy is my friend." So they said they are one of us, and it was like that meme where that Stone Toss meme where you got one guy pulling the cord, and the other guy pulling the cord, and all of a sudden someone that you was originally against is on your side, all of a sudden pulling the cord with you, and you're like, "Wait a minute, what?" So that's what happened with Gamergate. Now that the left is losing, you got the other side coming around, trying to control things. And I just thought it was like they're all the same. Like I have my politics, you have yours. We all have our own, but we keep our politics at the door for the share of gaming. And so those people didn't get the message, and they think we're all right wingers. And I was like, no, actually, I'm apolitical. I'm like non-political. I have my politics, but I don't. Do that stuff. But yeah, so here we go. Here's another one. Let's change the subject. Siniviere, what was the first game you played in your life?
Oh goodness. I do believe it is Duke Nukem. Or not, yeah, Duke Nukem was the first
Duke
one.
Nukem was your first game?
Yeah. I would go to my uncle's house whenever I
Yes, I
would
love Duke
get
Nukem.
grounded. And he would let me play whatever he had in his collection, and I would pick Duke Nukem.
Mhm.
Mine was Super Mario 64.
Oh wow,
Awesome.
that's a good game.
Mine was Tetris and Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And that's a funny story about it. So when I was younger, a dragonling, right? My mom noticed that I had problems in school. I was super smart and all that stuff, but I had social problems. I was always getting picked on, always having issues, and I would come home crying. And my dad's answer is, well, beat him up, which I would, because I was a farm boy. But I wasn't making any friends. So my mom decided to kind of help me have an outlet, and she saved money that we couldn't afford and bought the Nintendo brick. And with it, she had gotten Tetris and also Link's Awakening, I believe it was called, the first Game Boy game for Legend of Zelda titles. And just so I had something to play. And when I opened it up, one of the pamphlets says, "I'm more than a conqueror." And she says, "You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on your mirror, and every time you get ready for school, you're going to look at the mirror and see that, and you're going to tell yourself that you're more than a conqueror. And every time you conquer a game and conquer things at school, I will get you a new game. Don't ask me how we're going to do it. I will make sure it happens. You just have to put the work." And well, when I played Legend of Zelda, I didn't like Tetris too much, but when I played Legend of Zelda, I realized Link was left-handed. I'm left-handed. I immediately just started getting enamored with Legend of Zelda, and that literally helped me get my skills to where I don't get picked on as much, and I started coming out of my shell, like games, and then ironically with my PTSD, games has always been there for me. So, but yeah, Legend of Zelda was my official first game and my I'm a gamer game. And then Piranha Pout asked this question, which Roadkill will be happy about, and so will I, because I'm actually thinking about getting back into it. Siniviere, do you have a Hell's Diver squad? I'd be down to join the Cine squad. I gotta be back, guys. My audio decided to shit.
Oh no.
No, I hear you.
Oh,
That's me. I didn't realize that sometimes my mic gets muted. I don't know how it happens or why.
I almost let to come back.
No, I'm sorry. This is a normal thing for Cine. It happens all the time.
No, I haven't played Helldivers in ages.
Okay.
But I actually will be playing it with the Plot Strikes Back next Tuesday. So yeah, it's just usually it's whoever invites me. But I do have a normal squad. I'm sorry, Pouty.
Yeah, that's how I am with Phasmophobia, but we did try to invite you that one time because we were down. I was like, well, I heard Team told me you were into horror games, which you acknowledged one time when I was in your chat, and I was like, let's try it. I was like, I'm probably gonna scare the poor girl because I already invited her for this and that. I already sent her a wall text on this and that. And I don't want to be overbearing. I was like, but we were just two guys. I was like, let me see if Sin would like to join us for this. And he was like, yeah, let's go ahead. And so he doesn't know who you are, by the way. I don't think. But so I invited you on that one. But normally we have our own team that we've been playing for a year, and we just mesh well. We already have our own lore, all that kind of stuff.
Now, see, on Phasmo, I haven't played it in a long time. Since I think it released, I played it for a month.
Oh, you're gonna be Prestige 1 if you go back into it. That's what I found out because I hadn't played it since the pandemic when it came out. And then I had the itch to play it again. As soon as I did, they already prestiged me to Prestige 1. Now I've completed the whole entire achievement system. I even had the Apocalypse trophies, all of it. So it's if you ever want to get back in the ropes and things, just let us know. We'll try to. It's a 4-man team, but we'll try to squeeze you in somehow, or we'll make another crew
I panic so easy.
Which is great. It's perfect. It's forward. But yeah. I got a question though. I mean, you kind of answered it, but why, when you did why a VTuber, and of all things, why a dragon lady? And chill, YouTube, I don't mean Asians. I mean she's literally a dragon and a woman at the same time.
And I'm Asian.
You are Asian?
I am Asian.
Oh wow.
See? So
Okay, I did not mean that in a racial sense,
accusations
even though
here.
that my ex-wife was Asian, and I literally joke around and told her, it's like, you're technically a dragon
But
lady.
you don't sound like him. Though.
Oh yeah, well that's because I'm American, and I'm
Yeah.
fairly sure because my mother is a hippie.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's
so
not
why?
real.
So why dragons?
Oh man, I have been in love with dragons my entire life. They are so beautiful, majestic. I mean, what's not to love,
Mhm.
And I'm a weeb, so it only made sense for me to have a VTube model.
Yes, it does. So
I can tell you were blushing.
You see Lavistro? She finds dragons beautiful.
I do.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
they are.
You see?
Yeah.
I have
How come you look bad, Lavistro?
I'm a male.
Your color, purple. For
It's
crying out
based on
loud.
my logo, actually.
You
Thank
should have been
very much.
red. Me and the fierce.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
His wings
Mark,
are
you
red.
gave me away. People
wings
keep
are red.
people keep pointing this out. So you know what? I'll do this.
Your
It's based
cleavage
on my
is a
studio
little
logo.
lacking too,
His wings-
Lavistro. Your
I
cleavage
Lavistro,
is a little lacking.
You know,
Yeah.
we like a little sense of humor here,
Yeah.
man. You gotta have sense of humor, Lavistro.
I
Yeah.
always have a system.
all my
Bring here.
magic
Bring here.
power is stored closely in
Mm.
bags,
Mhm.
fun bags.
Well,
You know,
I'll have to
I'm
get it.
not
I
going
can't
to say
find it.
nothing about fun bags right now.
Yeah, he's got to think about his heart problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
when you started your VTubing career, you were like me, you were a PNG tuber.
Yes.
So did you what made you start? What made you just? I think we kind of answered, but I kind of want clarification. What made you start? Like, I'm going to stream as a PNG tuber. I'm going to, instead of showing my face, instead of showing who I am, I want to have my voice. Obviously, what made you decide to go that route?
Oh man, I don't know. I saw Kirsha and I fell in love watching her. She actually let me, in a sense, she let me know that, hey, it's okay to be a gamer, say whatever the fuck it is you got to say, and it's fine. People aren't going to judge you exceedingly harshly just because you're a gamer girl, because you like anime, this, that, or the other. It's good. Just go do what you want to do. And she, with the VTuber thing, it was like, yeah, really, what's stopping me? I enjoy anime. If I can look like an anime girl and, get to see my own boobs bounce, I'm happy.
Oh yeah.
Those are great.
Oh yeah. I my artist was so sweet because she was like, okay, here, I finished the rigging and I tested the bounce. I was like, oh no, you need to fix this. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, they could be bouncier. And so she fixes it and I'm like, nope, bouncier still. And she was like, I don't know if you should do that.
Yeah.
No, it needs to be bouncy.
Yeah, I'm upgrading models soon, and I'm gonna get some bouncy pecs on my next model.
That's such a good idea.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
I'm waiting until I can afford a better model, but like I wanted a VTuber model so at least people could see me talk, but now I'm like, okay, people need to see my facial reactions because it's not showing my face. And it can move its hands and stuff, but for some reason VTube Studio is not wanting to recognize its hand
Yeah,
moving.
there is
So I'm
the
like,
add-on. I forget what the add-on is called, but it allows for 2D models to have more facial expressions.
V-Bridger?
V-Bridger, yeah, that's it.
mm,
V-Bridger.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh,
But
yeah. It's very good.
Philip Morgan, one of our mods, asks, I have a question for Sin. Who is your favorite video game character?
That's a twofold answer. Well, no, not twofold, but that's a question I would need specifics on. Do you mean like favorite video game character ever, as in who you got to play as, or NPC? Like, would an NPC
I would
count?
say it's overall, like, you can translate as whatever you want. I'm still catching up with the chat, so.
Oh no. Let's see. Sylvanas, Lady Sylvanas is my favorite character from like World of Warcraft. She is so badass. Well, before they ruined her.
Yeah. No, I like Sylvanas. That's one of the reasons why I chose to be Horde and Undead.
Oh yeah, she's my lady.
Yeah. But when you started your stream, what was your initial experience? Like, were you going to get roasted a lot? You thought, were people being hostile towards you? Did you feel like you're just screaming into the void? Like, because there are people that talk to us and ask us these kind of questions. And I just personally, I roll with the punches. But what was your experience from it? What you got? What did you get from it?
Like the first ever stream that I did. Are you talking solo or in general?
In general, like when you first started saying, "I am hello YouTube, I am Cindy, and we're gonna play a game," and like whatever your first when you started your debut, when you started your career.
Oh, my biggest fear was that no one would show up, but everyone was so sweet and that they were there before I was even ready. I was terrified. I had only been leaning on Leon at that point, and he was like, "All right, time for you to leave the nest. Fly, bitch!" And he just like kicked me out.
Oh, so Leon found you.
Yeah, I found him on Twitter. We we started arguing over War of the Rohirrim. Because he was saying it's not an anime, and I go, "Look here, buddy, it's technically an anime. It's got a director who's Japanese. The art studios are all in Japan. It's fucking anime. Do I want it to be anime? No, but is it anime? Yes." And that's what started it all.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else got any questions? I think I finally got caught up. So, but yeah, that was awesome. Like, I hadn't watched your first stream, but I didn't even know Leon found you. I thought you thought.
Oh yeah, she's a permanent panelist on.
Well, I know she's a permanent panelist, but I was for those who don't know, I told Sin this offline, but during the summer and fall, things were going hectic for me to where I couldn't even show up on and support, because I'm a mod for Leon as well. I couldn't support Will of the Fans. I couldn't support Ryan Roger Athe. I could barely support Hypno. And things were just happening left and right. I was building other people's servers offline, like the Shags were, Boxy Dame, stuff like that. And then I had my own child to deal with, plus my own stream. Plus I was trying to figure out how to do a stream. And I think I started getting back into things around Christmas time, I think. And then also I saw Cinny is on Leon's stream, and the Ryan Roger Athe is monetized. Like, things were just changing left and right. Like, the only one I was able to keep track of was Hypno. So I knew she was a permanent panelist. I did not know that Leon found her. I actually thought she started streaming on her own. So see, even I learned something new.
Oh, it was funny because I didn't know Leon was a streamer when I first met him. And I didn't even know he had a YouTube, but we were sitting there, we were just talking, and we got along really well. And then he discovered that I had a YouTube channel, and I only had four videos up at the time. And he was like, "Girl, you have the talent. I'm gonna fix this." And so he like took me under his wing. He was amazing, and I mean, he became my best friend very quickly.
He's such a cool guy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like to tease him when he has his bad takes, but
oh yes,
he's like one of the best. Like, I wouldn't say he's one of my best friends, but he did come up on my birthday. Like, I don't talk to him too much, but I consider him a good friend, even though
I used to be a guest on his show a little bit before he changed the format around him, hoping he'll give me an invite again sometime. But but Leon is such a cool dude. What he did for the Mike Eggman, when he was getting canceled. Very good guy.
Yes. I'm also going to point out there's another question for Reality Overload. Siniviere, what was your favorite game of all time?
Oh, man. World of Warcraft. Wrath of the Lich King. Peak.
Yes, that was the last game. I think that was the last game DLC I played.
Oh, man. I rated so much in Wrath of the Lich King. I loved that expansion. It was the best.
Yes. But all right, so I think that's all my questions. Anyone have any other questions? Oh, actually, I have one to wrap up, but I'm gonna wait until make sure no one else has any other questions to wrap it up.
Oh, I guess I have a question. What do you think about like a lot of the drama in that keeps it seems like every other day there's like drama either with indie VTubers or corporate VTubers. It's just like there's nonstop like backstabbing and drama.
Oh man, it's the thing I fear the most. I don't really want the backstabbing and the drama. I just want people to get the fuck along. We're gamers. We're supposed to be beating each other up in a game, not in real life.
I agree.
And stuff like that. I mean, if you have a beef with someone, how about y'all like fight each other in a game?
Yeah, like take it
or take it offline.
Yeah. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to build you guys up along with myself. I don't want that kind of shit. I want to make sure that everybody is happy. That's the whole reason I'm here. I'm an entertainer.
We just want to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, there are times where you have to call out someone's bullshit. Like
yes.
And people that are trying to use our community for their own agenda, or people who want to silence us for having differences in opinions. As a community, we obviously got to stand up for that. There is that time and place, and then there's also that time and place of okay, we address this. It's time to move on. So I do agree with you on that one, Siniviere. I think we've said it on DragonCast multiple times. So we're not covering this anymore because it's still on a roll. It was still 2024. It was so last month. Like we're going to be saying the same thing over and over again. And well, one of my pet peeves is repeating myself on things I don't want to repeat myself on. So I told people I'm a horrible content creator because I don't like to cover drama. I just want to play a fucking game.
Yeah. Oh no. I know you're gonna bring up I think you're gonna bring up more Anna Valence stuff, and oh man.
No, hear me get angry? That's Dragon Bites is over on that one. That was on Dragon Bites.
Okay.
That was so I know I just gave it a name recently, but I usually say in the past I'll address something like for example JDA or what's the other one we addressed? Alyssa Mercante, why we weren't going to talk about her big time. It was we said what we had to say about her. We're gonna address this in the chat so that because people used to ask me, why won't you cover it? Why won't you cover it? Why won't you cover it? I was like, because there's nothing. She's for example, with Alyssa, she's a waitress now. She's no longer covering games. Her streams are getting shut down. She's no longer relevant. Her friends are leaving her. So it's time to let her fade into the void. Now for more relevant news. Dash, welcome to the show. Who the fuck are you? What the fuck do you do? That's literally how I cover my shows. Yep. So now it's that's Dragon Bite. So for example, Kershey, great. I love her. Anna Valence is getting his dues. No longer need to cover it. Just so that way, if there are people that came here hoping for that, they're not wasting their time. They can okay, he's obviously covered what he wants to say about it. Lavistro's not covering anymore. Unless someone says, no, we got to cover it. Then I'm like, okay, let's have a debate on covering it. But I want to say, well, actually, Phil Morgan has a question. He says, what's a gamer you enjoy? Phrasing, Philip. I think he means, what's a game you enjoy playing, even though it's not a good game? What's your guilty pleasure?
Oh, okay. So It's a cozy game, actually. It's called Palia. It's one of my favorite games. I like to play it on my downtime. Haven't in months though, and it's a shitty game, terrible. But I love it. I don't know why. It's one of my favorites.
And Reality Overload wants to know: is there a game you played that you will never play anymore?
Oh, that's easy. Crime Boss Rockay City.
I haven't
never
played
even
it.
tried it, but it did get on my radar before Curse, and then I saw that stuff happen. I was like, why the hell are they doing that shit?
Oh,
I
man,
know.
not
And
even
so I was like,
Danny,
well, my
advertising.
wallet's closed.
Yeah.
man, not even Danny freaking Trejo can get me to play that after what they did.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's wild that they were just like, yeah, this is the decision we're gonna go with. It's the best one for our company and our game. It's like y'all are stupid.
Valkyria Winner asks thoughts on Dragonflight if you played that expansion and even the now or then now.
Pardon the pun, but I only played like the tail end of Dragonflight, and it wasn't as fun. I like the dragon mechanics. Like that part's interesting, like the new mounts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I only played it for I want to say like 3 months, and I hated it. I was bored. It was the same typical grind, except now the landscapes have changed. All the places that I used to know where to go to get shit is no longer really the most viable option to level anymore. I didn't enjoy it as much as I used to. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes the fun just wears out over time. But Dragon Master asks, does it cost thousands of dollars just to have a VTuber model?
No, you can get pretty inexpensive ones. They are also now doing a thing where there are models that have options in the already built model. So you buy a pre-built one and it's already rigged. It's probably like 150, and you can customize how it looks from options inside VTube Studio.
Yeah.
So I could go in there and because there are times I don't feel like having my cam on, and I thought, well, I'm known on my channel for big-breasted, red-headed barbarian women swinging warhammers.
Like if you don't have a character,
So I thought about getting one, and but I didn't want to go through all this whole ordeal talking to somebody about customizing, and then what I wanted to add ended up costing me $1,000 for that thing. So
yeah, you
I
can
just
get
haven't done it yet.
YouTuber models on Etsy.
Yeah, I put a link in the private chat in the event that you would like a male VTube model that you can customize. Yeah, I actually found my artist through Etsy, and I draw. So like I'm a former or retired con artist. I used to draw for conventions, and I walked my artist through everything that I wanted for my model, and she was amazing and very, very reasonably priced, in my opinion.
Yes, mine cost about $200. I say keep it simple, stupid, because I don't want. Mine is based on my studio logo, which is also my profile picture, Psycho Dragon. And I said, well, I'll use them for Lavistro because that was my profile picture. Everyone was used to that picture, and I got what I wanted for $200, which I say is not bad. And I'm pretty sure later on I'll come up with a 3D model. Simple. I always tell people like start simple first. Go for something you can afford. That way you get used to this software. You get used to what you need. Because like I'm pretty sure if I had a model like Cine's, my computer would blow up. Just with the jingle system so long.
Actually, no, because it's the same thing. I don't think it would be more labor intensive to have a model with I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay.
But no, I don't know. I think you would be fine, but I like how you are. You're just very, very purple.
Yeah. Well, when the artist that did my logo for me because at that time period, my hands were starting to go bad. I have nerve damage, so I can't draw anymore. Or at least I can draw, but if you've seen some of my games, you'll see if I do mouse and keyboard, you'll see the mouse just like go all over the place. So you can imagine third person, first person shooters. I'm going to miss everything.
Yeah.
But
also, another advice if you want to be for anyone interested in getting into VTubing is to like really, if you're doing a custom design, to really work with your artist. Like, you know, I had to like start over at some point because I didn't like how something came out. So just work with your artists, like, you know, find someone that you can work with, and you can develop a really good relationship with your modeler or rigger.
Yes. And thank you, Philip Martin. It's like, I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying like, I'm satisfied with what I got.
Oh yeah,
sure
I know. I'm just giving people.
No, I'm addressing Philip's thing. That's all. Like he said, so I was like, no, don't be wrong. I'm not saying mine looks horrible. I'm just saying it's like I'm happy with the results. It's like,
yeah, I think it is. I think it looks great. I think it might not be as expressive as you want it, but I think like, you know, the overall quality.
I got used to it already.
Yeah.
I got used to the point.
I want to do the facial emotions, but I want to get bigger first. So
I wanted to ask about that. Wouldn't it be harder to rig facial emotions on your model currently?
Well, technically, the big bump above my head is my eyebrows.
Yes.
So you can imagine, like, you know, moving those things around. Like I want to be able to have my eyes move when I move, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is upgrade my system before I do any of that. Because full disclosure, when I play some of the newer games like RoboCop and the Unreal Engine 5 games, like we're playing Oblivion Remastered right now, I have it on the lowest settings, and I still have to remove my VTuber model because my engine will scream at me. So I'm like, and it'll lag. Like it lagged last night. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought we fixed this. Nope. So and I had the recommended settings for Oblivion Remastered. Like I beat the recommended, not the minimum requirements, the recommended requirements. I still have everything low, and I'm like, there's something wrong here. I can't put it.
Oh, if you're having trouble, I should probably get the PlayStation version if I want to stream it.
No, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna deal with it somehow. I'll figure it out. Like it's been a while since I've had to deal with computers, so there's that. But Cindy, where do you think gaming is headed in the future? Do you think we're reclaiming gaming, or do you think we're going to face a video game crash of 1984? Do you think the world's going to end? Do you think it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows? What's your take?
I hope there is a kind of burst in the bubble of what video gaming is going through right now, with like the AAAs being as bad as they are. So I am hoping for that bubble burst, because all these indie people are going to come flying in like they're doing now with Expedition 33, and they're going to fucking knock it out of the park and beat the shit out of people like Nintendo for all their like terrible practices that they're putting into play now. So yes, I do hope there's a bubble burst. I do hope that things change for the better.
Nintendo's getting too repetitive with everything lately.
It's not just that. That's a lot of shit.
They refuse to innovate.
That too, but their plan for the Switch 2 is you're gonna mail out cartridges. If you buy, like, if you want the physical media, all it is just a glorified download code. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid. That's why it's not worth it. I want the actual cartridge, and we don't want.
I will not buy any case that has that game key card thing on it.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, buy your games. I'm going to say promote physical games, but if you really want the game, know what you're getting to, because, well, there's certain people that I understand we're gamers and we never had to do this before, and we all know I'm just looking at excuse to play my favorite clip, but it fits even though it's like 20 years old. But you have to read the EULA to know if you own your game or not. Otherwise, you're going to have your mouth sewn onto someone else's ass and have someone else's mouth sewn onto your ass.
Are you saying you want out? Fine, you don't want to be part of this? Then just sign right here. No, you didn't read it! This says we don't ever have to let you out and then we can do whatever we want! Damn it, why won't it read?
I was waiting for you to play that.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was waiting for the
goodness.
perfect
So that is
time.
true, though.
Yeah. Like, South Park is becoming the new Simpsons. They're predicting the future.
Yeah,
But,
TOS is just lame.
Like, I read Oblivion Remasters terms of EULA. They say you no longer own the game. You don't own the game. They do, and you can't mod your game. But Nintendo's EULA that says you have to go to King County if you can't sue them, but if you do end up wanting to settle things legally, you have to go to King County. That's literally word for word. If you read the Steam's SSA, going back to last year, it's literally the same thing, word for word, like literally word for word. It's cut and paste from Steam's SSA, and the reason being is because shortly before Steam updated their SSAs, California passed a law. All right, that says that these companies has to let their customers know if they're not buying the game, they have to let them know they're leasing a license. They don't own their product, which I think is pretty fucking base. It's letting the customers know, hey, you think you're buying this game, but you don't. And if the customer still agrees to that, then yeah, it's a fair transaction. Otherwise, everyone thinks they own their game, and
It's stupid.
to tell you.
It is.
All that time in your Steam library apparently now is, and even Ubisoft's in a lawsuit right now over it. You're not owning your games. Like Ubisoft's telling the judge till they're blue in the face.
Because they're communists.
They're not communists, Dan. They're
Ubisoft
corporations.
is.
No, they're not
Corporation.
communists. They're a corporation. They want to own everything. So that way, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for the Driven case, right? For people who don't know or read or watch my videos on the Driven case is when they sold the Driven game, they guaranteed that the activation code would work all the way up until 2099. Is it 2099 yet? No, they want to shut the game down, but they have on their case of their game, and the defendant, the people suing them are showing, hey, you guaranteed that if I bought this game, it's my game. And I could have it all the way. It'll still work until 2099. And he said, it's like if we had a pinball machine and we come home one day and the bumpers are gone, the lights are gone, and we found out the company who took all the parts out of it isn't a robber, but the company that sold us the product. So Ubisoft is trying to say, well, we never really guaranteed that. This, you don't really own the game. Like they're trying to make that a thing. So that way, if they are losing money, like Ubisoft is losing money right now, they can easily just take your game off the server to save themselves some money and say, oh, well, you never really owned the game. This is why they say you will know nothing and be happy in the case of Ubisoft. And it's not that they're communists, they're corporations. They want to own it. So that way they can take it down and you can't complain about it. And if you do, you'll have to go to a state or a county or a country to file said lawsuit that will be in their favor. That's why it's corporations. They're scummy.
Yeah.
But I digress. I rant about that.
I just say what I gotta say from them. Like I said before, they're commies to me anyway. They want to control what you buy. They want to control what you do. They want to control when you throw a fart out of your ass. That's the problem.
Yeah, everything. Yep. These corporations just want to micromanage everything, including their own fucking customers. And that's why I don't. While I don't want the game industry to suffer, I do think there needs to be a reawakening of less corporatization of games.
Yes. Well, I'm saying I agree. You keep going. Yeah. Keep preaching.
Yeah, like DEI and wokeness, like that is like the least of gaming's problems. Like there is so much wrong with the corporate structure that needs to get fixed.
I wouldn't say that's the least of gaming's problem.
Well, maybe not the least, but it's part of it. It's part of it.
Yeah.
But
Here's a funny thing.
A symptom of the corporatization.
Here's a funny thing. Okay, so corporations know that we, as a society, kind of view corporations pretty scummy. They know this. We know this. They're not stupid, right? Here's a good example of them trying to cut the buck, but let's say doing it in a way where you can't criticize them. Dead Rising Remastered. And the reason I say that is because they said, oh, we cut this part of the game because it's problematic. Reality is they're trying to save on cost so they can get more profit. That's what they're doing.
They probably spent more money censoring those parts of the game.
Yeah, they probably did, or having it removed. But still, the main thing is that they removed certain things. Well, they did change the chef to be a white guy, this and that. The whole thing that cuts the corporation is that they'll do it in a way that you can't criticize them, where they thought they were going to get more cut corners, so to speak. So now you don't have this thing in there. Now you don't have that thing in there. Or they don't pay attention to what they're because they don't care. They're not the original people that came in there. And so an artist can go by and say, well, I don't like the way St. Alyssa looks with her big busty cleavage. It doesn't look like me. So I'm going to go and give her a flat A cup. Or I think it's very offensive, even though it's based on Greco-Roman era art style for inspiration. I'm going to give Azura a Roman robe, even though she originally was topless. So there are times where that passes, but most of the time they try to cut corners. And they'll use something to make it so it's kind of hard to criticize them for it. Oh, we did this because it was back then we didn't think about it too much, but now we realize this is wrong. So are you going to criticize someone for doing something they believed was wrong? No, because that makes you look at the monster. So now we fight amongst ourselves, and that's the real answer of, as Dash said, they actually spent more money doing this, right? Or they're just trying to make a cheap buck. Because what do? They removed something out of the product, right? And they're selling it for full price.
Yeah, I just put a video in the chat of just how extensive the censorship was. This great YouTuber Crobat, who's like always.
Hey, you can share that because remember my for some reason I haven't gotten Google Fiber in my house yet, but go ahead and share that because when I share videos, it tends to lag. But when everyone else seems to, it seems to work fine.
You want me to put it up on the screen? I can.
Yeah, go right ahead. That way I can.
Awesome. Yeah, let's watch it.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know if y'all want to share something, that's what we do here.
All right.
Hold on, let me get the top here.
Yeah. So let's skip to the censorship. Censorship. Okay, censorship is the first part.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me, can you, fella?
Yes, that is Steve Bloom.
I know why.
That's Solid Snake.
It's because you're Viet Cong.
It's Steve Bloom.
Oh yeah.
This was the best part of Dead Rising.
I know why. It's because you're a mole.
To fuck.
You are nothing but a filthy communist. You are nothing but a filthy animal.
They got that from Home Alone.
Oh my gosh.
Scum. Damn enemy scum.
I wonder who she is. She looks Hispanic.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh crap. It costs them more money.
That part right there.
This
Just so they can get
is
rid
my
of cut corners.
shot. Now this is my funniest shot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. They stand for everything.
It's like they're trying to make these games that were supposed to be for mature audiences. They're trying to make them for kids.
Yeah.
It's an M-rated game.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, Sin, while we're watching all this, do you like the remaster?
Where's the
Or do you like the original?
I didn't get to play all this.
Well, just from what you're watching, which would you rather prefer? Which
Oh,
do you
the
find
original
out?
for sure. Because
The original, yeah.
the remake looks boring.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I know we're all guys here, but you get to put your if you really find it offensive,
Flat
go
ass.
right
You don't
ahead.
understand. I wore armored bikinis, and wow, I like sexy female characters. What the fuck's wrong
Oh,
with
I
you?
know.
Like, not you,
This is
but the people
Yeah.
who are doing this.
But what I'm trying to say is discrimination.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Another change is sometimes like the female zombies will bite your dick in the when you're in, but now they made it so that like all zombies, regardless of your gender, bite your dick.
That one could actually be more of a cheaping cost because they don't have to. That cheapens the amount of script they have to change. If this happens,
they
then use this
literally
animation.
copy and pasted code. They deleted the scripts.
Yeah.
No, they deleted. They did delete scripts. What I'm saying is, because they also had to update the animations and stuff like that, so they had to bring things up to update the rendering and the mesh. Like the meshes are totally like, for example, the dresses they had to build those dresses, and they had to build the pants that changed it, which means they had to have brand new animations, brand new rigging. This has come from a game developer perspective, which means they had to have a brand new animation. So to make it cheaper, they'll say if this then that. That's literally how codes work. So then they just have to draw one. They don't have to do a check for male female. So therefore, they don't have to pay the animator to make a brand new animation for
I forget
a different mesh.
It's the old fat lady. I forget. She's one of the first survivors. Looks like they literally gave her made her pants longer to make it look less like a dress. What the fuck?
This is fucking hilarious. This doesn't make sense. This one doesn't make sense. What the fuck?
That part there could be lighting. Also, I'm not trying to offend them.
Oh wow!
Could be lighting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got rid of the word Jesus. All the religious propaganda. Cultists don't pray anymore.
But I don't know why they would do that. They would make Christians look even more horrible.
Yeah,
which they're doing themselves, so it's all good.
Yeah.
That's why I invented in my channel Middle Fingers Productions. Okay? Middle/Finger Productions. It represents fucking
wow. Not only is he changed, he's fit. He's like a fit fat guy.
This is meat, huh?
He's white now.
He's white and he doesn't have a big gut.
I can't serve my customers spoiled meat like that. Zombies?
They hate hate white men, so they want to put a white man in there.
But look, he's actually a fit fat guy.
I have a reputation to uphold.
But why does he look like Charles?
The older voice acting is better. Why?
Yeah, it is.
I'm a butcher.
Yeah, they literally had to change. They changed the voice actors, even though everyone loves Frank's original voice actor. It was just so they could bypass the SAG union.
Yeah.
They didn't want to pay royalties to
the
original voice actors.
And to do that, they also had to change certain things as well, which to save money, they spent money. And it's that weird fucking corporation thing. They were hoping it.
They probably spent more money trying to censor this stuff and change it like that. Than if they would have just did, a remaster and left everything alone.
You can see there's actually more blood on his apron than it is on he has better texturing.
But you got to understand, first thing I'm going to say is, especially for Unreal Engine, that blood splatter could be what we call a decal. It's like back in the day, textures were painted. These were painted in layers. Okay, the Chinese butcher, right? Those were painted onto the textures. Now they could be decals. So they probably got a decal from the store or from one of their old assets, and that could be what that is. It's slapped together, this and that. Not everything per se, because I will agree they built things, but we got to stop thinking of how things were built in the back then and start realizing that there are layers upon layers, and some things are illusions. Like for example,
just from a horror aspect, this looks scarier than that.
Yeah. Oh, I know the lighting is horrible for a horror game in that one, and as much as Lumens does for Unreal Engine as is good for lighting, but I got my issues with Lumens, so we'll put it that way. But they did not do the shader properly for the new update. It's too bright. Yeah, I get it. Maybe in a real life butcher shop will look like that, but we're talking about horror aesthetics, so it should have a lower lighting. It should look darker, gringier, dirtier as fuck. It's too clean, especially for a zombie.
Yeah, this butcher shop is under the mall. So like
Yeah.
it's like very secluded. It's in the parking lot where there's like tons of zombies. This place should be filthy, and here it looks like too clean.
Yes.
Oh, I guess that's.
Let's remember YouTube. Let's remember YouTube, Dash, because I did get pinged by YouTube for a show for playing Deadmaster original, right? Dead Rising original, because I was running around with the clown's chainsaws, hacking and slashing zombies, and he said it was too violent. I won my case with them. I says, hey, you have
cool.
games out here for 13 years old that show the same content. Is it because of a VTuber?
We also knew the original game was released 18 years ago, and that improvements were needed to reach a modern audience.
Oh, fuck the modern audience.
I know. That's why I call my thing middle finger sense production. Fuck your pronouns and fuck your censorship.
What?
Yellow paint.
Hold on, guys.
Wait, what? They're giving you guiding arrows?
Yeah, to beat the boss.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, 'cause
in
you
the
can't figure
event
it
that you
yourself.
get lost.
Fantastic.
I got lost, and I like there's some cases where I agree with, and there, but
Bring
like,
back anything we can use for the barricade. Got it? You know, benches, shelves, that sort of thing. There should be plenty of that stuff
What the
deeper in the
fuck?
mall here. Now
You're
go.
over leveling.
How much of a hand-holding game is this now?
very hand holding.
Well, to be fair, the original had like a very rough save system.
Yeah, this part pissed me off.
They've less
I saw this
zombies in this area.
Do they still have the 15-day survival? No. Go to the that pisses me off. Go to the 15-day survivor. I think
they made that easier too.
Yeah, they did. But hold on, son. Hold on. But yeah, I got to about again. But I'm sorry, guys.
Wait a minute, did they ever attack them on top of the roof? I just noticed that.
Maybe the collisions are
literally
horrible now.
have an invisible path to make it easier to get the secret weapon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Either you do it or you don't. Oh,
You're not
this
making
is-
gamers this way. You're making. This is baby's first zombie game now.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam was a fucking bitch.
Yep.
He's like very hard. He's like early boss, and he has one
Adam
of the
was
most
a chick?
powerful weapons in the game. Adam is great.
Wait a minute, they transcended Adam?
All right. I had to sit out for a second, so keep going in discussion. I'll be back.
His hitbox is terrible.
Yo, that is horrible, yo. Oh, thank God I never bought this game, bro.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
He's not even doing anything.
Yeah.
Yo, that's retarded.
No,
I mean, that's the original one right now.
I got
But
the
this
upper
one is
crowd.
retarded.
It's all over for you.
What?
I'll teach.
Infinity Health. You can call that Infinity Health.
Did they just not want to do extra animations?
You don't even need Wiimote for this shit.
I'll smoke you out, you filthy trash.
Why have a machete when a lawnmower keeps them at bay?
Yep.
Jeez.
They see the lawnmower didn't do shit in the original.
He's blind as fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Siniviere,
Oh, yes,
now
no
learn
way.
your lesson. Don't buy this game now.
Hard in the original.
Don't buy this shit.
You need to kill him to get the guns. You should actually see him in the Wii version.
I can imagine part 2.
Oh, they would bash
They will bash part.
all the hookers and dildos.
Yup, they will bash part 2. Especially the two hot looking ladies at the beginning. Yep, the two hot looking twins at the beginning. They're done.
This looks like the same graphics they had for the Star Wars Outlaws.
What the
Like,
hell?
their explosions were really, really small and stupid.
There's Larry again.
Eat this!
You know, as much as I cuss when I miss dodges and parries and clear obscure, wait till Still a Blade comes out. You're going to hear me do some cussing on them boss fights. For missing. But I wouldn't want them to change it.
The cult will
I wouldn't want them to make it easier.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I just have to get better. This is stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, see, this is what I'm going to say on it. It's like what I said about the dragons and the Final Cup. They took out the dragons in the
he's
game.
just breezing through the zombies.
He's walking through. There's no unit collision.
He's like, excuse me, zombie, let me walk through.
Well, there you go, Ultra American TTRPG player. No, I'm gonna play on PC.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
I have over 1,000 hours on this.
Thank God I still got my Xbox 360 upstairs. Your dash?
But
I still got my 360 upstairs.
Oh, it's cool. You still have your 360?
Yep.
Nice.
And my Sega Dreamcast from Japan.
now I remember if you didn't save her, like if you let that out the window came back, she died. They took out the suicide.
They don't abduct you. They don't abduct you anymore.
Did they do the suicide bomber? No.
Oh, I bet you they got rid of that. Yeah,
The Mexicans be in here.
Suicide,
This is the one with the Mexicans, the one with the car? Did they have the one with the Mexicans in here?
That's the convict, not the Mexican.
The convicts, yeah. One of the one with Mexican.
Wow, talk about being racist.
No, I'm not being
Yeah.
racist. Maybe we just comical.
Whoa!
Remember, I got my family members that are Mexican too. We're mixed, my family.
You're shooting through the wall.
Yep. It just makes it easier and easier. This one I had problems with in the first time I played the game. So they
Thanks to popular demand, we've added an autosave feature.
but yeah, here we go.
The original game had an infinity mode
Here we
too,
go.
but we received feedback that it was extremely difficult.
Oh yeah, bragging rights.
Yeah, fucking finally.
That's why.
Hours.
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
Started a new.
That was
I
the whole
had
point
this.
of achievement hunting.
I streamed this.
So you
15
had to play for-
hours.
Yeah.
Bro, even I couldn't do this, so I give you applause. That mode is extremely tough.
I even gave tips. Like you can pause your fucking game, go take a break if you have to. And it's not going to continue to gain time. In the OG one. Like there are ways to do this. Even if you don't have 15 hours consecutively to do it, there are ways to do this. And I streamed for 15 hours.
Okay, let's
Hours straight without being able to save. That's why we decided to fix things a bit. You can also
you
advance
didn't.
time if you go to a save point.
They didn't have it in the old one.
I'm gonna take a shoot.
Yeah, so
What
this
the
dead
hell?
right. So this
One
dead
shot
right.
and they shot down there.
That's crazy.
What?
Well,
Yeah, this was. I remember this thing was a bitch. And I fought him in my underwear. It's actually in my Lavistro Blades thing now.
What the fuck? So in the other one, he was kicking the old guy. And in this one, he started screaming.
it was a joke about the stability of the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But here, I'm going to share this real quick. I had a 7-day survivor. And I'm saying like it was a fucking bitch. And I'm a dad and everything.
This is your clip?
This is my clip. It's in the Room of Doom channel of my Discord.
I was with him, Siniviere. I was with him.
Yeah, he was. He was trying to keep me awake the whole time. I was dead. And the very next day for DragonCast, we had to interview Dash, which I felt so horrible because I thought I'd be able to do it. And I was half asleep the whole time, like trying to interview Dash. So Siniviere, I'll never do this ever again.
so Siniviere, we did an overkill time. That's why my channel is called Retro Overkill. I play retro games.
No, you were Retro Overkill before.
Yeah, before that. Cool. But the thing is, I call it overkill because I do overkill streams, which I pass beyond my hours. So we did a 15-hour stream. We got screwed for 3 hours. YouTube, had the limitation for 12 hours. We did 15. Yeah.
The thing is that for the 7-day survivor, and I thought it was like you have to prepare for this. I got the Mega Man blaster.
You did the 7-day survivor.
I got the Mega Man armor. I did every 7-day survivor and 5-day survivor were the last 2 achievements I had.
Crazy.
That I did everything else just so I could mentally prep for this.
But I wanted to keep them awake because I wanted to do a lot of watch hours for my YouTube by that time. That's the reason why I did the 15 hours, but we got screwed for 3 hours.
But even then, what I'm going to say is after that, I wrote my tips down for people to know how I did it. You literally had to 100% the game, go for 100% the game mentality just to do 7-day survivor. You ain't going to survive. There are a couple of times where I had a close call. So it is literally rough.
Yeah.
And the food is scarce.
Dead Rising 1 is a tough game. It is but it is rewarding and
it's fun.
Yeah, I love the first 3 Dead Rising games.
Dead Rising.
I love the second one a lot though.
Oh,
and I'm glad and off the record because I got all of them.
I'm going to say I'm glad you shared this, Dash, because like it is relevant to the conversation. Dead Rising was literally a dragon of a game to beat. It was impossible. That's what dragons were supposed to be. They're the final bosses. They are literally so powerful that the player doesn't have a chance. And then when the dragon helps the player, it's to give him an edge in a battle where he can't fight alone. But here in Dead Rising itself, they took the dragon away. They took what made Dead Rising itself Dead Rising, not the whole franchise, just the original game. They made it too easy.
The fucking soul out of the original.
Mm-hmm. It was because they were wanting to get more money. I'm going to argue they were afraid they were going to lose more money, and they're like, okay, we're going to lose money if we don't make these changes.
No, I think you lost money because you made those changes.
Yeah, I did, when I covered the news that they're going to get rid of erotica, I was like, I'm not going to be able to do boob shots and nut shots. I'm done.
Erotica was the best category as far as the photography mechanics.
You need comedy and stuff like, and games where you can't have straight up art because it's going to bog down the viewer, the audience. You need to have you need to blend comedy, sexuality, all that stuff.
Dead Rising had all 3.
Mm-hmm. It had everything, but So, but I mean, if you want to cover more, we can. But I do want to get into.
Oh yeah, no, I'm done. That's all I wanted to show. This was like a 30-minute video, but it's a great video.
Yeah,
I want to cover something that how do I put it? Let's go to some lighter news. This is a tabletop, but it also affects video games as well. Did you know that Dungeons and Dragons can save your life?
Can it now?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Okay. This is not some bullshit thing. This is actually we're not gonna read the whole thing, right? But this is from the James Cook University. So this is academia saying this. This is all the way over in Australia. Dungeons and Dragons may improve your mental health. Research has found that people who play the game Dungeons and Dragons show improvements in their mental health. James University researcher, I'm going to skim through it. She said D&D is a tabletop game involving paper and pen, typically played over a series of sessions with 3 to 6 people and players' character roles. One person who takes the role of the dungeon master. We all know that, right? She said participants in face significant decreases in depression, stress, anxiety, and significant increases in self-esteem and self-efficacy over a study period. Okay. So why do you think that is? Why do you think it has that decrease in D&D?
Because I think it's because they create a character and that they, it's their creation. They care about it.
Close. I'm looking for something else. Chat, feel free to give your thoughts as well. Does anyone else have a thought?
The social aspect, maybe.
Social aspect is part of it, yes, because we are social creatures, yes.
I mean, they're role playing. They're acting out how they would be in a different world, and
you're almost
they
there.
Would not carry that depression with them in a different world.
You're almost there. Sin, what's your thoughts? You're muted.
Sorry. I don't know. Everybody's been saying what I was thinking. But I mean, it's almost like escapism, isn't?
There you go.
Really? It's the escapism?
It's the escapism. Okay, so if I go in there, all right, if I go in there as the voice of Lavistro, right, if I go in there as myself, right, and I put myself in there, you could argue that I'm trying to figure things out in the real world, but do I really want to deal with World War politics? Do I want to worry about offending Siniviere's actual, Siniviere the actual person, or do I want to play as Lavistro the Dragon Lord of Gunnar Cyberspace, as my fans call me now? That's a different topic, but anyways, if I play as Lavistro, right, am I going to really be worried about offending Siniviere's player, or am I really just trying to interact as my character around Siniviere, right? Do I need to worry about what her pronouns are or this or that when I have to worry about that in real life? No, I want to escape. I want to go slay dragons. I don't want to deal with, the boss at my D&D coffee shop, right? I just want to play a fucking game. I want to roll some math rocks and have fun. With video games, it's the same thing. You go in there, you sit in your comfy chair. You don't want to be reminded about pronouns. You don't want to be reminded about the politics of the day. You're not there for that. You're there to slash zombies around. You're there to go save be a big daddy and save those little girls at BioShock. You're there to slay demons from hell in Doom, like whatever the case may be. You're not there for real world things that you're constantly reminded of, right? So video games also have escapism where it helps your mental health, regardless if it's sports, watching dramas, K-dramas, reading books, or video games. Everyone needs an escape, and if they don't have that escape, well, we might end up being the ones people say makes asylums great again.
For real.
So I just wanted to point that out, and I thought, do y'all agree with that?
I do wholeheartely.
That's actually a very short topic. I was actually expecting people to be wanting to talk more about it. I mean, y'all can talk more about it.
The stream I was on before, I was talking with the guy who literally made the original Vampire the Masquerade handbook in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was advertising his new game, and he was giving his warning through the descriptions, describing his own game as being horrific and stuff, kind of like setting the mood, kind of a trigger warning without explicitly telling you. It let the product speak for itself.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's what they don't want now, though. They don't want it to speak for itself, because then it shows you that it's a shitty game. Because they're not caring about the escapism part. They're not caring about the customer. They're only caring about what lines their pocket. What's the agenda?
What makes it look good?
Yeah.
And not even what makes it look good. Well, I guess you could argue that, but like me personally, if I don't have big booba chicks in the game, I'm probably not going to play it. Yes, I'm a Christian. I'm also a Gunnar, but I'm also male. And obviously, Siniviere feels the same, and she's a woman. She could clearly tell she's a woman. She's not just from her feature remote, but her voice, and she says so herself. So if you think she's a male posing as a woman, well, she just said she's a woman, and you need to respect her identity.
And I want to play a sexy bitch in a game. Give it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Me too.
So do I. I'm a gooner. I love sexy girls. I want to look at a girl's house while I'm playing the game.
Sexy female NPCs. I just want to see them.
Yeah. Like me, I tend to play mostly male characters because, well, I'm male, but I do like playing Bayonetta. In the First Ascendant, I tend to like playing Freyna. She's my favorite. And I make the joke, I was like, oh, here's her STDs that going everywhere because she's a poison type and she sprays the ground with poison. So I just say that's her STDs going everywhere.
I could play a dude in Conan Exiles, but there's something sexy about a woman swinging a warhammer.
That's your choice. Yeah, that's your choice, and that's fine. Everyone that's the beauty of player choice, player immersion. You give the player the illusion of choice. That's what makes games so great. Like, for example, Skyrim, perfect example. After you get through the tutorial, and they said they're going to you follow Rayloff or the other guy, the Imperial, to the village. Was it Riverwood? I think it was called. I can't remember. Did you know you don't have to, once you get out of that cave, you don't have to follow them to Riverwood. You can go off to Falkreath. You can go anywhere else. Well, there are certain places that might still be locked because of the main storyline. You don't have to go straight over there. That's the illusion of choice. Now, granted, the dragons won't spawn, and if you didn't go to Riverwood, I believe Whiterun will be still locked. But the illusion of choice is you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can go, even after you face your first dragon in Whiterun, right? You still could do. You can continue on doing some other side quests or game or radiant quests, hunt for bounties, all that stuff. That's called the illusion. In game design, it's called the illusion of choice. And your character creator, when you create your character, that's also illusion of choice. They rob you that ability when they say, "Oh no, you can't have big booba chicks with big booba ass." Oh
it's
no, you can't have a big.
Like I said, it's discrimination.
You can't do this, that. It's not just discrimination. It's you just take away the illusion. You took away.
But what happened if a person wants to look like the character itself? There be people like, okay, for example, you got muscles, right? Yeah. You want to look like yourself.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it's not necessarily just discrimination. It's the removal.
It's still discrimination. I know. You got to prove a point. Yeah, it's still discrimination because if I want to create myself with muscle, let's say right now I have muscles, fucking thick legs, or fucking whatever I have in the body, and then I can't even make myself look like that because why? Because the limitation of what they put in the game.
Yeah,
like I say, it's discriminating.
Yeah, when I play my male characters, I try to have a younger version of myself, I will admit, with the goatee, before the hair turned gray. and I try and shape it like I would see myself being that character. When I'm playing female characters, that's just what I just make what I find attractive.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Cindy, if she was going to play a male character, she's going to find her ideal male character that's attractive.
You just want to make,
which we all know.
You just want a good looking,
and you can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't.
They don't let you do it
in games nowadays. Yeah.
But yes, Baldur's Gate did allow you to make future target. That's one thing I say. Like it's Baldur's Gate 3 is the only game that did those woke elements right in a game that succeeded. Like it did thrust it on you. You can make you don't have to have it on there. Like there are some parts in it where like they had their type 1, type 2s, all that stuff, right? They had the Futanaris, but I wasn't forced to play a Futanari character. In fact, it was a type 3 using their own thing, right? I didn't have to. It was like the last option. The main default option I think was a female or male, depending on what race you chose originally. And then you switch it through, but it wasn't, to me. It while it had some woke elements, it wasn't like thrust on me. If that makes sense. There's so much to do on Baldur's Gate. I never went past Act 2. Like there's so much to do, But
I still have not finished that game.
they wanted to make it.
Which one?
They wanted to make it like tabletop.
No,
No.
I haven't finished that either. But Baldur's Gate.
No.
But it was a game that was very inclusive. You could be anything you want, but it wasn't thrust on you. You could play through multiple playthroughs. They said they wanted to try to get as close to real life tabletop in a video game as possible. And I think personally, I tell people, I think they achieved that because Baldur's Gate, people are still making YouTube videos on Baldur's Gate 3. There's still content on that. But yeah, I that was good. What about you, Sin? Have you played Baldur's Gate?
No, I haven't actually, but I did watch a lot of people play it.
It's fun. You should
really?
definitely try it. Do you play RPGs a lot? I'm still researching your videos and stuff. I sound like a stalker, but
no, not at all. I'm still trying to discover what games I like outside of World of Warcraft. Like I haven't played a lot of stuff, so that's the whole reason I wanted to do gaming, a gaming channel or gaming streams because I wanted to pick up games I've never played before. So I'll be learning.
Let me holler at Philip with what he just said right there.
Oh,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way, Philip. Same way.
Yeah, I love playing. I'll play either or. But when I'm playing either a male character or a female character, especially in role-playing games when there's romance options and stuff like that, if I'm going to do the romance stuff, even if I'm on a female character, I play the female character straight. She's not bi, she's not lesbian, she's straight, just like I would, my dude would be straight, because I don't want to see that shit in the game. And as long as they have the choice to not to see that if you don't want, then that's great. That's the way all the games should be.
Now check this out. When you was playing that Oblivion remaster and I was at work and I went straight to the YouTube app and I saw you playing, you was like, what the fuck am I playing with? The dude the character I just created walks like a fucking man.
Yeah.
Swings like a fucking man. You was playing as a female character in Oblivion remaster. And I'm like, this is garbage.
I used to mod for both games, Devil's Advocate here, and I do agree. Don't get me wrong, I do agree on that one. Bethesda's been doing that since. But there's actual characters where there's a tick box in the creation engine saying opposite gender NMs. And if you don't check that, the females will walk like males. And for some cases, that could be the way they're set up, the weapons they use. Like there are reasons for that before the wokeness came around, but I think they did it more deliberately. I will say I do think they did it more deliberately now than anything, because when you when Bo and I watched, you were with me when Oblivion Remaster announcement was coming out, right, Bo? We were watching it live, right?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. And they kept saying modern audience. We saw the freaking pink-haired fat whales. We saw most of the developers at Virtuous were females that they were showing, and I was like, "This is going to be woke." And did I not call it before we even got the? Did I not call it, Bo, that there's probably going to be a Type 1, Type 2?
Yeah. I knew it was going to be. And the thing is, I can't remember, I haven't played it in so long, but didn't the original Oblivion have some sliders to be able to adjust your body?
It's been so long ago.
I don't remember, but there are none to be able to adjust your body in the remaster.
Yeah.
And then I know Bethesda is infamous for having their females run like males, because it was like that in Fallout. And when the first time I played Fallout on PC, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to play a female character till Modder comes up with better.
Hold on. I'm sorry. There's a guy, ladies and gentlemen. There's a guy that was one of my biggest mods. Like he was like back when I had 0 followers, all the way to now. There's a guy that was like one of my biggest mods, my biggest supporters. And he had to go because he had taken, he had some personal life issues. So I hadn't seen him since shortly around Christmas time. He had to take a break from everything. And I'm seeing him now. So I just want to give him a special shout out. Adam Rabil, aka Marty Tiberius O'Donnell. showing up on the stream.
That
You know, I don't. I'm
reveal.
glad you're still alive, dude. I'm glad you're still alive.
Alright.
He's another vet as well.
Wow.
Great mod. I hope to see more of you coming back. I hope you're back again.
Yeah, me
he's a good
too.
friend of mine.
I hadn't seen you make any comments on any of my videos
Yeah,
in a
wow.
while.
I saw him last night on Leon's
We were
stream.
wondering
I was watching
about
a replay, but like, yeah, everyone has been wondering about you, Marty. Adam or Bill, Marty, like he can tell you himself why he has. Well, I don't know if this is the one, but he got adopted by one of the creators of Halo live on stream. So, not one of my streams. I think it was it? I can't remember. It was another stream, but I just wanted to say that real quick. But also, in sin, I did say this off before we started stream, but you know, for the record, yes, congratulations on reaching monetization.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. My account hasn't caught up yet. I'm still 10 hours short for whatever reason. But they gave me an email, so it's just waiting.
Yeah.
Do an overkill like we do.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'll be streaming later tonight as well.
Do a 10-hour stream.
Oh, I
do an
did
overkill.
12 hours on Wednesday.
God damn, you a goddamn champ.
Yeah. but bringing the
I love
subject
that.
back to what Bo said, I'm kind of reverse. When I play a game, I try to immerse myself like I'm actually in the game. Like I don't have to. It doesn't have to be me. Because clearly, I'm not going to go after Nazim and a black guy and slaughter him. You know, because he says I haven't gone to the black, you know, the Cloud District very often, for example, right? Clearly, I'm not going to do that in real life because it actually has consequences. But when I'm in a game, I want to immerse myself, enjoy the world. And so when there's romance options, I kind of can't do it with a dude. I it's like, because I'm that character, even though it's a female. So I was like, But I usually play as a male. Now, in the case of games like Bayonetta or games where I had to have those romance options as female, yes, I've played it, but I prefer the males just because, well, if I'm gonna have romance options, I want to pretend I'm the character. I want to pretend I'm Link. I want to pretend I'm this character or that character. I want to. I'm not. When I say I see myself as me, I see myself as me as that character. I'm trying to. I try to, like, when I play RoboCop, I'm literally seeing myself as RoboCop. I'm like when we played cops and robbers as kids. You know, we're not real cops. We see ourselves as cops going after robbers. So we would do what we think cops would do, or our interpretation of what Link would do, and this and that. So I usually prefer the male characters, but you know that's the beauty of player choice. I like it, or like St. Hugo says, I play as a demon possessing whatever character. So yeah, you're technically possessing that pawn. You tell that pawn what's going to happen.
Well, see, when I'm playing a female character, I don't look at it as trying to be immersed in that female character's role. I'm playing the story from kind of outside. I'm just controlling the conversation, what she's doing. When I play a male character, though, that's different because I cannot put myself in a woman's shoes. And think like a woman. So I'm outside the situation and I'm just watching the story unfold and I'm making the choices for this female character. But if I'm being a male character, if I'm playing a male character in a game, then I can put myself in his shoes. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, you know, I agree. I'm just saying, you shared your perspective, I'll share mine. I'm not saying, my point is, it's like, play the game your way, play it how you want. By
the way, there one more quick thing about females in Starfield. Now there's mods out to where there's body mod out where you can adjust the size of everything, the little triangle thing that they do.
Perfect.
So there is a body mod out now, and that's what I was doing this morning. I finally made my first female character for Starfield because of that body mod. So I was messing around on that most of the day today, but you could adjust your body any way you wanted. It didn't look like a flat 2x6 board anymore.
You mean an ironing board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could make them boobas as big as you want, just about, and bring in the waist where it looks female. So I was messing around on that today, and they did such a good job with it. Even all the vanilla clothes that come with it and stuff. There's no clipping that fits with whatever body proportions you make for your character. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So she's buoyant.
Bethesda modders, and that encompasses Fallout and Elder Scrolls and
for real.
all of them. They are literally what makes and break. Bethesda doesn't make and break their game. They're not. They know their games are bugged. It's always been their thing. And modders are the ones that carries them. Their customers literally carry them. Their fans literally carry them. This is why you can't be, as a game designer or a game company, you can't be a traditional corporation. You can, or even Hollywood can't even be a traditional corporation. Corporations care about the product. No one's going to say, I'm a fan of, I don't know. I'm a fan of, looking at my office here, Scotch tape, because it's the best in the world, and give a shit. They'll go get if they can't get Scotch tape, they'll go get the next tape, right? No one gives a shit. That's so you can pump that shit out all you want, right? Now it might be different when it comes to cards and car enthusiasts, right? Or certain people who like certain foods, but it's not going to have the same weight as a gamer or a person who enjoys the arts. You have to treat your product as an art. It's literally like I think if we have time, I'll bring it in, but Scottish Justice Scalia literally ruled that games are free speech. It's an art. So it now has, before he passed away, it now has free speech protections. You cannot treat it like regular product. You have to treat it like a living, breathing thing almost. But that being said, I'm a disabled gamer. I'm a disabled vet. Obviously, people know this. And obviously, since I said I can't play mouse and keyboard traditionally, and I have PTSD, big games have always been my thing. I don't know about you, Sin. I don't know if you're disabled, and you don't have to answer that. But the ESA decided to come out a while back with the Accessible Games Initiative for things. Right, so we're gonna cover that real quick, and I'm gonna show you something regarding difficulty levels, and I want everyone to put their thoughts on it, whether you're disabled or not. Like, let's have a conversation here. The Entertainment Software Association announces its Accessible Games Initiative, a set of industry-wide accessible text identify game features that reduce barriers to play and enjoyment. It's aimed at the 4.1 million Americans who have disability, U.S. Census, blah blah blah. Previously, these kinds of tags had differed depending on who was defining them and where they were published. Xbox had its tags, PlayStation had its tags, other independent resources had further tags, like the Family Game Database, iRun, and Ability Points. This is a significant initiative for the ESA, not only because it offers an industry-wide set of tags, but because of the cross-company cooperation, blah, blah,
now,
blah.
Is the ESA a government agency?
No. It's like the Comic Book Authority. The ESA and ESRB, from what I understand, like I could be wrong here. Someone can tell me I'm wrong, and where I can find a sauce, and I'll bring it up. But when people are getting upset that games are getting pretty violent, and there's a lot of, like, you had the customer's revenge issue, you had all these things, right? The game companies themselves created the ESRB and ESA to kind of help parents know what was in the content of those games they are buying as a transparent consumer aware company, right? So they had this rating board. It wasn't government founded. You weren't going to go to jail if you bought a kid an M-rated game. Now, if you're an adult buying an AO game, that's different. But that's like fun fact. ESRB, Brown versus ESRB, literally was about that. Censorship in gaming, in which Justice Scalia said games are free speech, you can't censor it. And it was in California, ironically, in 2010, I believe. But they were an independent company advising you how to rate your games. So that way we could stop having these night trap issues and all this other stuff with
Why
Uncle
are
Sam
they
and all
now
that.
getting involved with game accessibility?
We're going to cover that. So there are disabled gamers. I am one. All right. And but here's the thing. Why now? Why, like, I'm a left-handed gamer. You know how hard it is to play a fighting game as a left-handed gamer? I can't button mash the freaking left thumbstick and move with the buttons on the other side of the controller. but no one gives a shit about left-handers. Why now though? Like why are we talking about this now?
Well,
I didn't give a
left-handed's
shit.
evil, man. Did
Yeah, I
you
know
that.
But
that
I know.
goes
But
all the
my
way
thing is,
back to the Dark
the majority
Ages.
of people who play games or use products are right-handed, right? Did I bitch about it? No. I made adjustments with key map. This is why I like key mapping and key binding features, because then I can customize if I need to, right? But here is what they're saying on give me a moment. I gotta find it because I just put the wrong one.
Oh, you evil left-handers, man.
Okay, so this is their thing, right? For different, like one of their tags, difficulty levels, right?
Yeah, this is the thing Pirate Nation was sharing. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because I was going to do this. I could easily show the Pirate Nation thing, but I'd rather just show the full PDF.
Yeah.
But for I like sharing context. I don't like to spin that.
I like to know where the source is. He didn't post where the source came from. So
yeah, I will definitely, if y'all want the sources for yourselves for your own content, I will definitely share that with y'all or anyone else who asks. But so the tag is difficulty. Let's you select multiple difficulty options, right? And they give you context, like how to what the requirements are for that thing. But developer facing requirements provide granular control settings such as stronger blah blah blah. But here's what I want to say. When naming or describing different difficulty options, avoid indicating or explicitly stating that one option is better than another, such as this mode is the intended experience. So don't say this is the artistic vision and design. This is the original design of the game. This is what it was originally intended for. Don't say that, because the game journalists are going to be offended. I mean, disabled gamers are going to be offended because maybe they can't handle it. Naming or describing such difficulties in a way that demeans players, such as baby mode or
like
journalist
Wolfenstein
mode.
or Doom difficulties.
Because game journalists are going to be offended. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying journalists. I mean, disabled gamers are going to have a problem.
You guys, a lot of you,
They're mentally disabled.
Talk about difficulty levels. You guys play Doom, right? You remember the previous Doom? They had the difficulty that says "I'm too young to die."
Yeah,
now and the new
this is what this is all about. Like everyone was complaining that they changed it after
to hurt me plenty.
Oh, we got a quick question. I don't know why you just don't ask this for yourself, Bo.
Because I didn't want to interrupt you. You were talking. It just came to me.
Okay, well, just you could mention. You know, I tangent, and I trust y'all to keep me in check like I keep y'all in check. This is what we do. So yeah, go ahead and ask your question.
Well, it's up there on the screen. Have you ever played Conan games like Conan Exiles or Ark Survival games? You know, based survival games, and if so, do you like them, or which one do you like? Or
I'm trying to think. You know what? I don't really know. I don't think I have played anything like Conan Exiles or Ark Survival. I think the most I've gotten out of that was
they're basically sandbox MMOs, and you go in with nothing. You gather supplies, you build your base, and try and survive. That's all.
I played.
It's kind of like that Entrada game I was telling you about.
Yeah.
But more mature. Let's just say a little more. It's like, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I played Valheim. I think that's
that's very
game. Yeah, that one was fun. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. If you like Valheim, you'll like Enshrouded.
Hey, Siniviere, do you like that game, A Quiet Place?
I haven't played it.
Fucking good.
Is it?
It's fucking good. I haven't. I was playing it. You gotta watch. You gotta watch my YouTube video. I was fucking crazy. It's like the fucking.
Oh, it's very good horror game. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna put it on my list. Hold on.
I was playing it. I have it. I streamed it last week. I still gotta finish it because I started getting to Doom for a moment. But I'll come back to it. It's fucking good. I tell you.
It's just very good franchise. The movies and the game. Now it
Yeah.
has a solid
Hello,
game.
Toasty.
Oh, I have a hot
Hey,
take. I
Toasty.
actually hate the Quiet Place movies.
Really?
I do, because they took it away from the silence. The storyline is the exact same story as a book that I read called The Silence, which then came out like a couple of years after A Quiet Place, and then everybody was like, "Oh, they stole the idea of A Quiet Place." No, bitch, the book came first.
Oh wow.
And I took exception to that because so many people were like, "Oh, no, it was a Quiet Place who came first." It's like, guys, you could read a book, you could Google it, but no, The Silence came first, and it was very well written. I liked it.
Yeah, the game is fucking fantastic.
They don't want you to like. The thing is, like, these people that are telling game developers how to make games are not.
It's a
gamers
journalist.
themselves.
Yeah,
Not just journalists.
Yeah.
It's people on the outside as well. So, because like we're a very niche audience. We weren't very popular, and then we got people that come in our spaces, right? And they like, holy shit, these guys are saying the N-word and they're saying this word, and they're being mean to that poor lady. She's just so nice and she just wants to play her games. And then they realize, oh my gosh, that female gamer has a potty mouth. Holy shit! What about those? Doesn't someone think of disabled?
I would have called them retarded right then and there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
it's
that's
the same
thing.
It's the same people that made Space Marine Saber.
Like, I'm going to say this as like you can say as a female gamer, right? Like as a female gamer, I want to play big titty games. As a disabled gamer myself, I want to play a fucking game where it says I'm a fucking baby if I play it at super easy mode.
Oh god.
You know why? Because it's gonna insult me to go for the freaking hard mode and be like, I'm not a fucking baby. I can fucking beat this game.
Yep.
And I'll fucking play on extra hard just to prove it.
The reason why I really hate is because like Doom is an old franchise with an established player base. So like for them to like, it was fucking Microsoft that did this. Like they probably saw these updates and then they forced it on it. They did that.
Oh yeah. No, these are outsiders that don't understand that, gaming is to be good at gaming. When we say get good, it's kind of like anime almost, right? You have your hero, the protagonist, and he has his rival, right? They're not, sometimes they'll join forces together like Naruto and Sasuke just to put something easy out there for outsiders. Or Ash Ketchum and Gary, right? In Pokemon, right? They're rivals, and sometimes they join forces together to fight the greater evil, but they're in competition with each other. And that's the same with gaming, except for us gamers, we'll give each other shit, but we'll be the best of friends. Like we're going to give each other shit. We're going to play games. We just want to fucking play a game. And we want bragging rights. This goes all the way back to the high score. Are you saying high score is discriminatory because MOK has 9,999 points on Pac-Man, but Cine doesn't has only 799 points, and she's second place. You know what? If I was Cine, I would probably keep putting coins in that freaking Pac-Man game until I beat MOK at the top of the ranks, because it's bragging rights. It's like we've worked hard, we beat this game, and we're the best at it. That's literally competition. Doesn't mean that Cine would hate MOK. It would just mean that Cine is inspired by MOK to get good and do better.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody.
No, you're right. Because then it's really a skill issue.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes we're not all that skilled, and that's perfectly okay.
It's a good thing it's like a minor issue, and that I believe this was corporate interference from their parent company.
Yeah.
That did it. I mean, thankfully, like, the game itself, like, is just as like Doom as ever.
That's what I think happened to Starfield underneath the engine. It was corporate interference, because to me the game, it has the elements in it that don't like, and for me the elements I do like outweigh the ones that I
gotta get my bonus points here. I gotta get my bonus points, and with everyone special, no one will be. Did I get my bonus points, Lawrence? Go ahead, Bo.
But I think underneath the hood, Starfield could have been a great game because
Yeah.
I love the main story. I thought the main story was pretty unique, but I think Big Daddy Microsoft had their hands too far in it.
You have a great night, Lord of the Rings. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing because the first 500 subscribers will be immortalized in my credits for all eternity until this channel gets taken down.
It's nice meeting you, Lord of Reese.
Yeah. But I think Big Daddy Microsoft just had their thumb on everything, and that's what hurt Starfield the most. I think it could have came out sooner, but Microsoft, when they took over ZeniMax and Bethesda, and they started looking at their HR department, came into Starfield development and said, "No, you can't do this. All this has got to change," and that's what prolonged the development of Starfield. That's my opinion. No fact on that, but
my thing is when it comes to baby mode, I think journalists were getting tired of hearing journalist mode as a reference for easy mode.
I'm still waiting for a game to officially call their easy mode journalist mode.
They should call it.
I will pay.
Mode.
Where's he at? Thank Hugo. You're making the Hypno game. If you get your game making good, okay, and if you're doing your thing right, you said you're gonna make your more games. It doesn't have to be the Hypno game. It should. It literally should be the Hypno game. You can master difficulty levels in your game. Turn easy mode into journalist mode. Hypno would laugh, but if you make games, even if they're broken as fuck, if you make games where easy mode is journalist mode, I will buy every single fucking game. I really will. And any game developer who's watching this show right now, which I doubt it, but if there is,
yes,
I think all 5 of us, including the chick with the big boobas, is going to tell you we want you to rename easy mode as journalist mode.
Yeah, journalist mode.
Journalist
In
mode.
fact, hey, the next Doom game should just be journalist mode for easy mode. Inspiring journalists, they call it.
But yes, that being said, we can continue this topic if y'all want, or we can go for something that's actually, happy, warm, and fuzzy news. 5 heroes who use video games to solve real life problems.
I think that's the fact that people are actually admitting that they use games as their own form of therapy should have told people in corporate or otherwise that, hey, gaming is the way to go.
Yep.
You should have embraced it, not sat there and attacked everyone who loved it.
Yep.
Yeah. And
they just want to control us. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like I said, there are dragons out there that are the final antagonists, right? But when we beat them, it's an achievement, and we learn stuff from that. Like especially Dark Souls, right? You keep dying, or in my case, I keep dying. I get mad. While some people rage quit, I just keep ramming into that dragon and keep dying until I figure out how to fucking beat that dragon. Like, I don't care about the many deaths I have. I was like, eventually I'll beat it, because that's just how I am. I've always done it. Because why? Because in real life, if I do that, I'll die. But here, it's escapism. I can just keep respawning. But then there are also dragons who have helped the hero. In this case, 5 heroes who used video games to save lives. After decades of being blamed for all sorts of bad stuff, video games are finally being recognized for their health benefits, among other things. But it turns out that games can be helpful in real unexpected ways. Did you know gamers use them for acts of compassion and love for others, sometimes using skills they gained while playing? Here are 5 stories. A Norwegian boy saved himself and his sister from a moose thanks to what he had learned from World of Warcraft.
Oh, I heard this story.
Yes. This
moose are big as hell, though. You ever see a moose?
Yeah.
They're fucking huge. They go actually run through a 50-foot of snow, like it was no tomorrow. And believe me, I seen the motherfuckers run.
Anyways, continuing on. This incredible event happened in 2007 in a small village somewhere in Norway. One November, the then 12-year-old Hans Johan Olsen and his 10-year-old sister left for school. They always took a school bus, but on that day they were running late, so Hans decided they'll take a shortcut through a nearby forest. Suddenly, a large moose crossed their path. The beast had been terrorizing the neighborhood for some time now, and Hans had to act quickly, especially since he felt responsibility for his sister's safety. I mean, he did lead him in there, so yeah. The boy was an avid World of Warcraft fan. One of the skills available in his MMORPG is Taunt. This ability of tank-type characters, strong words that are able to withstand a lot of damage, makes enemies focus on the tank, allowing other players to deal damage safely. And so Hans begins to run, yelling at the moose. This worked well as the animal started chasing him, allowing his sister to scamper to safety. But the boy was in a bit of a pickle. The moose suddenly hit him, sending him flying down the small hill. Luckily, his backpack took most of the hit. Hans then replicated another ability from WoW, feigning death. He pretended that he was dead, observing the animal through the half-closed eyes, just as like a hunter in World of Warcraft. The moose, convinced of this victory, soon left the scene. The boy told a story at school. His fame stretched far further than just his neighborhood, as the story was picked up by the news services all over the world. And 14 years later, Hans received a special Gaming Champions Award supported by G2A.com and presented to those who prove that games are more than just entertainment. It goes without saying, he's the perfect recipient. A gamer girl from the US, I'm assuming it was Cindy, saved her British friend during an online game. I can assume.
Oh, I don't think I got a great story like that, but man, I wish.
It was back in 2020, a young gamer from Texas. So here we're doxing her now. Dia Lathora saved her buddy. No, it's not. Sydney is obviously not Dia Lathora. I'm just joking.
I am not. I do not have a wonderful story to be able to go on a news article like this.
Yes. But you do post a lot of shorts that gives a lot of positivity. That's one of the reasons why I chose positivity add in the context here. Saves her buddy Aiden. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I said, I appreciate you.
Yeah. Like I said, do my research. I try to do my research on people so I can tailor the content to each guest. Aiden Jackson, who lives thousands of miles away in Widnes, UK, during one of their online sessions, the 17-year-old Aiden suffered an epileptic seizure. At first, he just remarked he's not feeling well. Then he went to silent for a while, alarming Dia with choking noises that could mean he was in serious trouble. The girl knew her friend's address, but had no way of contacting his family. This did not stop her, though. She managed to contact a medical city in UK, and rescue was on the way. Aiden's parents were at home, but they were busy watching TV. It was really surprising to see them and a medical team in the house. The Moy said after the interview, they said there was an unresponsive mail on the address. We said we hadn't called anyone. They said a call came from America. I mean, it was to check on Aiden and found him extremely disoriented. Fortunately, it ended well. Aiden was taken to hospital for observation, and his parents contacted DF to thank her for his life-saving call. Internet users soon hailed her as a hero, and she's become the most recent recipient of the Gaming Champions Award. So they were obviously streaming a multiplayer game or stuff like that, and this happens, right? So that says you can even help your friends across the pond. Gamers helping gamers. I thought it's awesome. Pokemon Go players, I know about this one, rescued many abandoned animals. The long-awaited Pokemon Go premiered in 2016 and became an instant hit. Millions of gamers downloaded the app and left their homes to search for the coveted little creatures, embarking on an adventure that would deliver entertainment for months to come. Even though many players lost their interest over time as the hype died out a little, Pokemon Go surely helped gamers improve their fitness simply by forcing them to walk around their neighborhoods. Some went even further and saved actual animals. One such happened again in Texas. Shout out for Texas. We're getting wit. As much as we have fucking issues, Bo and Sin will know this one about the freaking anime freaking laws and stuff. When it comes to the community of gamers and stuff, we're getting win after win. So shout out to Texans for getting awards for, saving lives. The millions of gamers, such a story happened in Texas. On a sunny summer day, two friends, Sarah Perez and Matthew Teague, were on a walk playing Pokemon Go. They visited a park in the southern part of Houston while targeting some rare virtual specimens. They noticed an abandoned cage. This is what Sarah wrote on her Facebook. We saw a strange box on the ground, and it said box had a cage in it, and inside were hamsters abandoned in the heat with no water and birdseed for food, and they were close to dying. It turned out there were 27 animals inside, 20 hamsters, 7 tiny mice, It seemed they were abandoned on purpose. The Pokemon trainer duo took the cage to Sarah's home, where they provided them with water and food. Then they know the SPCA, an organization dedicated to animal rescue protection. Every single foundling was named after a Pokemon, and one of the interviews there remarked that there was that were it not for the game, she would never have walked that far from home. It turns out this was not the only case of Pokemon players rescuing animals. A gamer found 3 little kittens left to die. Another one saving a puppy. Some helped bats. An animal shelter in Muncie, Indiana, asked Pokemon players to walk dogs. And fun fact on my end, I was playing Pokemon Go, and I was told that I needed a support animal. All right, and this is still a little emotional for me, but they said if you played Pokemon Go and you showed the shelter, you had a Pokemon Go account and you walked around, you could get a dog for free if you wanted one. Like, they would waive all the fees, all the costs. And that's how I got my ESA, my emotional support animal, Zelda, who died last year. So I said I needed a dog, and I didn't play Pokemon Go, but I downloaded it just to play that game, just so I could get, because I needed a dog. I didn't have money at the time. And she was the first dog to jump up on me. She picked me. And I still played Pokemon Go for a while. I like playing games, so I would walk her out and stuff like that. She was a feral animal. Like, she was a wild dog. She was a puppy born in the wild, so she didn't like handling humans. And they told me she's never done that before. I had to basically domesticate her, and Pokemon Go kind of helped me with that. But yeah, if not for Pokemon Go, I would not have had that dog. And basically, my mental health would have improved from that. So I didn't read this. Full disclosure, I didn't read all this stuff. I just saw 5. I was like, okay, we can check this out, because I like to keep my responses genuine. Granted, here's one. Who ever heard of GTA saving old people?
Well, first off, what's an 11-year-old doing playing Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, that's the question.
But
no, I've seen that a lot.
For his grandpa, glad it worked out for his grandpa. But what is an 11-year-old doing playing Grand Theft Auto?
They should be, but I'm kudos that he was playing at that one point in time. I'll just say, good for but the iconic series, blah blah blah. I'm sorry. The story I'm about to tell happened on April 1st. Charlie Cullen was returning home from a drama rehearsal with his grandpa, 79, when the old timer lost consciousness. It dropped the steering wheel and pressed his foot against the gas pedal. The car reached 117 kilometers per hour. Finn's brave grandson reacted swiftly. He grabbed the wheel to steer away from the other vehicles and tried to awaken his grandfather with no avail. At this time, on a busy main road near Slane, Ireland. Oh, that explains it. Don't tell me what to do, Grandpa. I'm going to play GTA. Irish are gingers and they're stubborn as fuck. Approaching the Slane Castle, the boy had 2 options: steer left towards the town or right towards the castle. With a huge drop on the side of the road and a river below. Charlie made the left turn, but the car hit a wall and finally stopped. The boy then pulled out the still unconscious, bleeding grandpa out of the vehicle and even dragged him home. After which the old man was taken to the hospital. Charlie also suffered a skull fracture following the incident. Why was he able to do that? He says, the only way I had any experience was Grand Theft Auto game. So I think probably most likely, as I've seen it on YouTube Shorts when GTA 5 was still very popular, is they would have all these freaking like weird road ramps that they would try to flip their cars on and stuff. It was weird. A boy in the Philippines saved his friends from a grenade explosion, crediting CS:GO. Violent video game saves kids.
It's almost like, it kind of brings awareness of what items do in the wild, like if you find a stray grenade, because that's happened when people have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, while they're just outside in the woods, they've found grenades. You hear some crazy stories. So if they have the awareness from playing games like this, then, hey, that makes video games a good thing.
Yeah, but in these people's terms and the other side, it's wrong.
Yep. I'm just gonna say short and
Help
sweet.
problem-solving skills.
There's always an alternative to everything, but the alternative is always
So
censored.
she pretty much told everybody what was going on. All right, just in the Philippines. We're gonna shorten it out because she pretty much told the whole story, even though it's the story's similar. Because what y'all are talking about, I was quickly reading it, but he said, "I knew that it would explode as I seen it in the Counter-Strike game." Literally what Sydney said. So yeah, those are 5 stories of feel good. I think everyone can feel good about. And I'd like to say, what y'all think about them? And did y'all have real life game? Did you know games can help solve real life problems? And share our experiences.
I just like a freedom fighter in the chat's like, oh wow, I remember how this like he's trying to say how what is this Counter-Strike Global Offensive saved kids how? Well, it doesn't have to be just Counter-Strike. It could be any game. For most of these people, how about you just be a parent and teach your kids while they're learning or playing a game?
Yeah,
you know,
too many
do the responsible thing.
parents in this day and age.
Oh, the GMR Foundation, yes, but that's a vet resource thing. I'm trying to. That's one thing I am trying to get popular on because they do. So in our community, Cindy, we veterans, especially myself, we're at risk of becoming what we call a 22, which is 22 veterans die a day from PTSD by their own hand. And GMR Foundation is a veterans resource place with for veterans in games. But they also have, I think it's GMR does. I could be wrong. I might have it mixed up, but they do a thing where they say a month of video games to bring awareness of the issue. And so that's one thing I'm personally trying to do so I could bring more, like if I grow, it would be where I would stream during those events. But yeah, GMR is a good foundation for veterans, and like the VA and a lot of these veteran agencies are literally recognizing that the next generation of veterans, be it Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Y, Gen Alpha, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and the new one, Gen Alpha, right? Because they're coming up. We're all gamers, so they're trying to, and they recognize that it actually helps with our PTSD. So, but yeah, continuing on. We got quiet. Am I muted?
Oh
No, you're good. We can still hear you.
Okay.
We're just listening. We're just listening what you're saying.
Zombie said, of course, it's the big Diddy VTuber giving video games a good name again.
Yeah. Obviously. And that's one reason why we have her on it. On DagonCast, because she, even though she's a rising star, she's actually in her short stream periods, and I know I'm not stimping, I literally recognize the fact is that she's bringing a positive element in the community. Like everyone that's on here has earned their spot. That's the whole thing. But here we go. Warrior Dream helps veterans transition to civil life by providing programs, spaces where they can connect, kill, and thrive through gaming, peer support, and community building. Copy pasted is what he did. Oh, you're a veteran as well? Oh, awesome. That explains why you're a simp. We're big simps. We are, as much as we're like these Russian Total guys when it comes to pretty women who has beautiful voices, we're big simps.
Well, that, and guys have been getting a bad rap for years. I mean, it's insane. And just the fact that I'm speaking positively to all these gamer men makes them feel better. That I'm happy if it makes your day better. If it makes you feel like you had a better day just watching a single short or listening to me talk on a stream, I did my job. I want everybody to feel good about themselves that deserve it. Not that toxic positivity shit, but I mean, like,
genuine feel good.
Yes, you guys work hard. You guys do some of the worst jobs on the planet. The least I can do is say something kind to you and actually mean it.
You say your mom's a hippie, but I'm just gonna say right now, your mama raised you right for a hippie.
Yes, she did.
She did a real good job.
Yeah, I think she did. She doesn't understand gaming. She never understood the fact that I was a gamer, but she loved the fact that I was willing to stand my ground and be who I was.
Shout out to that.
Yeah.
So I think we covered. I'm looking at my list here. I was wrapping it up, and I do want us all to be able to share something about our past experiences where games actually helped us grow. Like I already shared mine. Going all the way back to Nintendo and Zelda. Like if not for that, I would have been a totally different kid. Let's just say that. I would probably be, I hate to say it, Roadkill, I'm sorry, but it's the closest thing I have for most people to understand. If not for video games, I would have been like Roadkill, where I could not handle people being snarky and fucking with me.
Hold up a second. Hey, Roadkill, I got a freaking chancla for you, okay? Right here. Okay? I'm fucking misbehaving. This is the chancla right here, Roadkill. And I'm going to go like...
Oh, no, that's Mexican. That's cultural appropriation.
Well,
you're Puerto Rican.
For me, it's not just one experience. Games have always been just like very therapeutic for me and just a place of comfort.
Yeah, you can just get lost in the world you're in, whichever world it is.
Don't forget, I got a chancla emoji too on my Discord. So I'm about to put another one in there in my actual show when I get monetized. My Rumble, I'm going to do it on Rumble Watch.
Yes.
Watch.
But I think I'm checking. Yeah, wow, we did pretty good. We got all the topics discussed, and we even had an additional topic with Dash Attack. We still covered everything pretty well, I think. So unless anyone had any other topics they wanted to share, I think it's because I know I gotta find a better name later, but games we found interesting would be next, unless someone wants to add to the topic or do more nerd talk.
I might not have a topic for a game today because I'll try to find one earlier.
That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. I got to make sure I find one by next week. I'll have a topic for it. That I like on the top. I think it's pretty cool showcasing video games.
I love this quote here. Yes. Based.
Oh,
this
my
is why
gosh,
I like Admiral Bill. He's always getting the chat engaged, and he's always finding clever things to point out.
That's so true. I need to write that down. That's a beautiful quote. I like it.
Yes. Let me know when you need when you got it right now. I'll take it down. But does anybody? So no one has any topics? Then I guess it's time for games we found interesting, and for everyone to know who's still watching and has never been this long into the chat. This is where I encourage everyone on the panel, including this special guest, as a actual positive thing, because last year people were complaining there's not any good games. It happens in my fucking stream all the time. And then, you know what? I understand. I'm not ridiculing you all for that. Because sometimes we lose hope. We see our favorite beloved IPs falling apart, and we just don't know if there's a good game. So I encourage, even if they aren't going to get it, I encourage everyone to find at least one game they found interesting to share on the stream, even if they're not going to get it. The only rule is it has to be a recent game. So it doesn't have to be this year, but it has to be recent, like within the 5 years. And it has to be a game they have not played. That being said, who would like to go first?
I got one up right here.
Okay, well, let me see your screen share.
All right, so for all you
screen share.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh wait,
right.
Gotta get it up on Steam. Google Steam community Steam Cthulhu.
Yes.
Someone else can go if I don't do it in time.
Oh, I got one. I got one pulled up.
We can't have played it. Is that it?
Yeah. You can't have played
Right.
it. It has to be within the last 5 years, and it has to be something you haven't played that you found interesting.
Okay.
It can be on your wish list, for example.
Okay. Cthulhu City Builder, Worshippers of Cthulhu.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah. Oh, did I?
You run your own Cthulhu. You run your.
Somebody did mention that on me on my stream earlier about that game. I think it was Philip Morgan.
The sound of Cindy's surprise. That sound. I'm guessing you're a
So
Cthulhu fan.
Oh man,
it's a colony sim.
His cat is white.
Oh yeah. So it's like one of those city building sims, but with like a Cthulhu flair, and it looks like it recently got a new update in the last month or so. It's in early access. So commit like rituals and summon the old ones in this.
I wonder if it'll be like black and white.
Oh, if there's a black and white mode? I'm sure you can
Oh,
make
no. There's an old game called Black and White. And you're basically a god that builds a civilization, and you can fight other gods. It's a really old game.
All right. So that was mine.
All right. If I have one that I normally go last, but if anyone else has one right now, I'll let them do it because there's one I've been wanting to do for a very long time and kept forgetting. And City made me think of it, so I've been waiting on this all week.
Well, I've got one.
You got one?
Yeah, it's called Star Rupture. It's on my wish list, but it's not out in early access.
You have a screen share?
Yeah, hang on just a moment. Let's see. Share screen. Share screen.
Okay,
I'm not seeing.
You can't share your app, your Steam app. You have to.
It's going to have to be on Steam. Okay. Well, you
Yeah,
go. I'll pull it up.
No, you can't share the Steam. You click the link for the. It's on the top. Click the link. Post it in the browser, and you can share it. It'll be a lot easier. Dan, you have something?
No, not really. I was trying to tell you that I didn't tell Luke.
Fired.
I'm fired. Bad
Yeah.
dragon.
It doesn't you have something on your wish list you haven't shown yet?
I do, but I think I must have showed them all already. The racing game, the other one, which is the I forgot what's the name of that game I'm looking for.
Hang on, I'll have mine pulled up in just a second.
Well, Cindy, if you have one, we'll allow you to go ahead.
I genuinely have no idea, but if I could pick one off of my wish list that has not dropped yet, can I put that on there?
That's fine. That's within we'll count that. Yeah.
It's such a funny
because is that not how we find
jokes.
games for our wish list? We find a game, we're like, oh, I wish I could get this game, and we put in our wish list for us to get later.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're the Just Pals. Because fuck Nintendo.
Yes, okay, I'll give you that one. So tell us about it for those who don't know.
That looks funny.
It looks amazing. I am stoked for this game. I really want to play it. I love Power World. I might actually, yeah. But oh my goodness. I love this game. I love how even though it is simple, riddled with bugs like the regular Power World, it's still better than Pokemon.
You pet your Pokemon, you rub their belly too in the game. And then she's gonna solve that shit that you look funny as hell.
I love it because it's always so pervy. And if you were lucky and you still have the pals, like with all the bosses on them, it's even funnier.
Yep. So, what is Power World more than just pals? So, are they like really good friends? Like, what's the like? I know. Oh, it's a dating game. Tell us more.
Oh,
I know the game. I'm just wanting you to tell us more about the game. Like you're trying to sell the game, why you like it, and all that stuff.
Well, first of all, look at that art. That art is beautiful. I mean, they are adorable creatures. First of all, and then it's like you get to romance all the pals and all the people in it, and I'm in love. I want to, her Nurse Saya. I'm ready to romance her.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Oh yeah,
I
would.
Nurse.
Yeah,
I usually go with the long hair and glasses. So that's usually where I go. Even though my past two ex-wives were Asian, totally not planned that way.
This is the one who's going to cut you.
Oh, I love Splatterina. She's my girl. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I've never encountered that one, but I probably didn't get far enough.
I think she's on Sakurajima Island, and she's a boss. I could be wrong on that, but oh my goodness, she is OP as fuck.
Yep. But did you finally have yours found out yet?
Yeah, I got it up.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Is there anything more you want to share on this game, Sin, or no?
Oh, I think that's pretty much it.
All right, awesome. Okay, Bo, we'll go ahead and share yours.
All right. So this one is called Star Rapture, and of course it's another survival game. Can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm. Bo plays a lot of survival games, and they're fun. They're engaging.
It's not out in early access yet.
Oh, wow.
Not sure when it's coming, but it's not out in early access yet.
Have you played Planet Crafter?
I've got it, actually. I haven't loaded it up yet.
It's simple, but I really like it. It's one of my favorites. Yes, it does have No Man's Sky vibes.
No Man's Sky, man, that's just been sitting in my backlog for forever. I've been wanting to stream this for a while.
I did a couple episodes of No Man's Sky. It's fun. It's just there's so many other games. I like Conan Exiles better.
Mm-hmm.
What is this called?
Star Rupture.
I'm finding that too.
Oh, I know a game that me and Cindy is going to be excited for. And I'm not trying to simp. I'm saying we both share this one thing in common other than games.
Dragons?
I'm not saying that. I didn't say dragons. I said we have one thing in common.
Oh, this looks sick.
Yes. Looks fun.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. How do you survive this?
Oh, my gosh.
There was a game, see, if you like survival games like this, there was a game I shared where you literally do crafting and surviving in a train.
Oh yeah. So one of my chat members donated that. It's called Void Train.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, I got it for my birthday.
Mm-hmm. It would look pretty interesting. It's like a game I normally would play, but I found the concept interesting. Each gamer converted it.
That gives me Starship Trooper vibe.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that looks so cool.
That's all gameplay. This is a gameplay trailer.
That's all gameplay.
Oh, I am sold.
Yep.
Sometime toward the end of this year.
Oh, we covered some positivity in games, Lord of the Rings, and now we're covering games we're excited for that are coming out or are out that we have not played that we just saw online and we found might be interesting and may or may not play it, but just to give y'all some good games. And speaking of which, it's time for mine that I've been really excited for. And I guarantee you, I'm going to get this game when it comes out. I've been keeping an eye out for it, and y'all probably have already seen it and not realize it, because if you've been, what the hell happened here? If you've been watching DagonCast, Lavistro Plays, or Faz Inc. religiously, regardless if it was the intro of DagonCast or the ending of the credits for all my games, you've seen cutscenes from the game. And that game is a game that is awesome looking, and I hope will be coming soon, because there's a playable demo out for it. Dragon Twin. Dragon Twin is an upcoming open world RPG strategy game in which players shape their destiny as a dragon twin, a legendary mortal soul-bound to a powerful dragon.
Oh, it's kind of like
Hey, it's Lavistro. But anyway, you want to
almost like Scalebound. That was like kind of like what Scalebound was going to be about.
Dragon Twin aims to be an open world single player dragon riding sandbox with a mix of RPG strategy elements and a focus on creative players, expression. Create your character and dragon soar through the skies of the world, rally supporters to your cause, lay waste to your enemies, upgrade your dragon and lair, conquer or liberate new lands, and forge your own kingdom in this dragon-themed medieval fantasy sandbox.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm there day one.
Unmatched animation fidelity. Here's where they're showing you some parts of it, right?
Oh, wow.
You have a dragon and character creator. You can create your own dragon.
That is epic.
How to create Lavistro.
Yep. This is my only pet peeve is they say that's a dragon. That's a fucking wyvern. A dragon has 4 claws and wings. But you know what? It's the closest I got to a dragon game that I want. I will play it. I will let them have. I was like, okay, you can have
fire,
it. Call it fucking dragon.
You could throw purple fire now. Turn your purple dragon.
You can customize your dragon fire. So you can change what color the dragon will be. The fire for the dragon.
What color you want? The dragon?
You have your own lair, so your own base building, which I like. I like the idea. You can have your own lair. Open world. Like I said, if you've watched the intros for DagonCast towards the end, if it's already clicking, they showcase the open world environment. Destructible environments, see? Epic battles. He's actually riding his dragon. And that's the engine ground right there. So they're already testing this.
Fight towns and armies.
That's what they're saying, rally troops and stuff like that. Strategic mode.
Man, creating the Lavistro, that's gonna be funny.
But early access. There's an early access version of the Dragon Twist now being rolled out to Patreon supporters. This will be the first phase of the early access until the game is ready for a wider audience, at which point it will move on to Steam Early Access. Current Patreon tiers are the access tiers 1 through 5. The build is hosted on itch. Here's the download page, which I gotta go. Give me a moment. I gotta switch it out, right? Give me a moment. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yes, here we go. This is the itch.io page where you can download version 3 that was uploaded 50 days ago. So, yeah, I've been watching this for like a hot.
71 gigabyte. That's not that bad.
Yep.
That's not that bad at all.
I'm gonna try.
Is it my audio?
No, it's his.
Okay.
He's starting to lose his audio this time.
Out.
That's awesome.
Try though.
Oh no.
Unless I got Lavistro. See, I didn't care for Dragon Riders of Pern, but I loved the Dragonlance books.
It kind of reminds me of Panzer Dragon, though. Remember that game, Lavistro Panzer Dragon?
Yep. Yeah. But that's what I wanted to share. I'm excited for. I've been keeping it out for, but I'm going to wait for the Steam access because most of the bugs should be polished. But you can go to their Patreon and support them as well. If anyone wants to know where to find this, you can Google Dragon Twin. It'll be like the page is the first thing that will come up. Or if I get enough people asking me, I will literally put a link to their actual studio page, the page that I shared earlier. So y'all could follow and get the resources from that as well. But that's something I'm excited for. I love, like, Cindy, you don't know. I even have, it has mixed reviews, but I even have RuneScape, the dragon game that just came out recently in my freaking wish list. If it has a dragon, I gotta play it.
I understand. I have a glass case in my living room filled with dragon statues and other
Oh yeah,
stuff.
same here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My grandmother actually wood carved a dragon and painted it blue, and oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
I will like most 90% of the time play as a dragonborn in whenever I play D&D.
See, that's
Oh yeah.
where I normally don't play the Dragonborn, but when I play D&D and right now, we brought the old 3.5 mechanics to 5e, so I could play one of my character I never had the chance to play, which is a half dragon. So I literally am a half high elf, half dragon who's a necromancer who wants to raise a family in peace. And no, I'm not meaning he wants to dig up a grave and raise a family. Like, he grew up in the wilds and he wants to have a house one day and like have his own family. The problem is that he's lawful evil and he's trying to be good and things just don't work out for him. But he really just wants that white house and picket fence. And when he says, "Well, one day I hope to raise a family in peace," it literally causes all kinds of shenanigans. But no, I love dragons. I'm crazy about there's a crazy cat lady. I'm the crazy dragon guy, or dragon. But yeah, so. But yes, I think that covers everything. Did I get muted again?
Nope.
Okay, good.
No.
This game looks fascinating. I have it written down. Does it? I need to check if it's on Steam though.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do for the private chat. I'm gonna put it in a private chat for you, and that way you can do that. But also for this one-time special limited edition chance that Lavistro actually thinks about his audience, because he never thinks about his audience. He doesn't care about his audience. I'm lying, obviously. Here is the link to the page I was on. It is the itch.io one. But and then here's the web page for the actual Dragon Quinn game for everyone. So paste. And I'll put that in the private chat as well. I had this bookmark for a while. But yeah, like if you watched the intros for DragonCast, it's literally towards the end that I show it. But yeah, so that being said, it is time to start to wrap up. And, it's been fun. I think the conversation's been stimulating. But this is the part of the show where I let shill her shit. So, it's time for the part where you get to say whatever the fuck you want on my stream, and no one can say anything or take you off. And hawk your willers, because you have words if you have coin, whatever you want.
Well, hey guys, I'm Siniviere. You guys can find me on all platforms as Siniviere. I am on Countercast every Monday with Leon, and I am on Zax's show on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. So keep an eye out, won't you? I stream late at night randomly, so I try to remember to post on X. I'm terrible about it, but I do try. And every other Monday, I also try to upload a motivational short just for you cuties. And my last one, I wanted to let y'all know you're my hero, and I appreciate you. So thank you for having me on Lavistro. I had a blast.
Okay, yes, I guess that's it. And mods, please put Cindy's YouTube. I mean, you can do it if you want to, but mods, y'all should have already been doing that. Y'all know how this works. I'm horrible at telling you how to do that stuff. Very horrible. I'm a very horrible content creator, yes. But yeah, so it's time for final thoughts of today's topics. Anyone can chip in whenever they want. So, final thought.
Well, I guess I don't know. I really enjoyed this stream. It's been a busy day, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. I had a blast. You guys taught me a lot. And a lot of games I need to look out for, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts, Stan? Bo?
Yeah, my final thoughts is just stay positive, have fun, and just game all day if you want. I mean, what I gotta
Do
say,
what makes you
just
happy.
do whatever you got. Exactly, do whatever makes you happy.
Well, Cindy, it was nice to meet you tonight. I did not know of you until tonight, so I gave you a subscribe. I'm subscribed to Leon, but I don't get to see his shows very often. So I didn't know about you until tonight. So it was nice to meet you. I subscribed, so everybody out there subscribe to her channel as well.
It's been nothing but my pleasure. You guys have been so sweet, and I have enjoyed every single minute I've been on here. So I thank you so much.
Yes. And Sin, as we've already told you, I mean, I personally find this a very stimulating conversation. It was great to learn much about you. Looking at your past YouTube videos and seeing that you're growing, and again, getting monetized faster than me. I mean, obviously, judging by your oldest video, my oldest video, that's just awesome. You know, I'm really pleased to see that you're a gamer. You know your stuff. You were very fun and entertaining to have these conversations with, and I think, yeah, there are dragons to slay out there, and there are dragons to aid you in your quest, and then there are dragons that are just going to play a game with you. And the positivity of games needs to be sung out more. And yeah, that being said, Bo, what you got going on? What's going on for the next week and where can people find you?
Well, I'm trying to come up with the schedule. I don't, because my streams get pretty long, I may just cut back like I did this week and stream Sunday through Wednesday, like I did this last week. I'm still working on Claire Obscure. I've got that last fight that kicked my ass I got to beat, and I'm leveling up to do that. So I'm finding places in Claire Obscure to get my party a bit more experience before I go back in there and get a little more hit points. Like I said earlier, today I started messing around with Starfield, and I haven't been in Starfield in a while, but I did see that a body mod had been out of date for a while, but they come in and updated it, and I started my first female character for Starfield. She looked pretty hot. I had to get some screenshots, and still working on catching up to my Fallout 4 series. I'm still behind on it, but that's okay. If if you haven't watched them all, I have something like 22 episodes of it up, so you can. I'm going to try and get that done before the new Fallout series on Amazon airs in December.
Oh, that's when season 2 comes out?
That's when season 2 comes out in December. So I'm trying to get I got to get on the ball because I want to get my season 2 of Sim Settlements 2 done before December.
Well, that means I got to finish my New Vegas playthrough sometime this year.
Yeah, but it's coming out in December. And they've had leaks and trailers. And if you haven't seen a trailer, if you haven't seen the trailer, they've got 2 out now. They're pretty good.
Wait, they released trailers for season 2?
Yeah,
already?
some reveals. Yeah, I wouldn't call them trailers. More like a couple of different reveals. Yeah, so they're pretty funny.
All right,
but that's all I got planned. I got Stellar Blade coming out on the 11th. So what I'm going to do with that?
That's over 7 days from now. So we're just going for the week.
What I may do, when Stellar Blade launches, is do Stellar Blade Wednesdays, like the last day of streaming for the week. Just have it be Stellar Blade.
You still gonna get the game?
And damn,
you
got going on for the next week.
For the next week, I have a couple of game streams. I still got to continue doing Doom. And I also have System Crash with Ryan Athay on Wednesdays. And the rest of the week, I just do the game streams either YouTube or Rumble. And Saturdays, which we have Buddhist for Life at midnight, which tonight which is Graveyard Gaming 14. And also DagonCast with you, Lavistro, like we're doing right now. And you can follow me at FuriousZen3086. Follow me at FurioZen45 on Rumble. And don't forget to follow me at Wolf46782 on X. And also, don't forget, I forgot to mention my third show, which is Super Drivers, which is I do racing games on Monday based on real cars. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it.
And yeah, my mic's on. And Dash Attack. What's going on for the next week for you, buddy?
I'm gonna try and maybe play Doom at around in an hour or so. You know, I really want to finish that up because like there's people that have already beaten the game already. You know, they're obviously not playing on Nightmare. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll see if I can get back to Metroid at some point. Then you know, I'm on Ryan Rogers' show on Fridays.
Awesome. And Siniviere, we've already covered you, so it's my turn. So obviously, I'm Lavistro, the Dragon of Cyberspace, or as my audience calls me, the Dragon Lord of Gunnar Cyberspace. And tonight, I'll be joining Fury's Dan with Gunners for Life. It's becoming tradition at this point. So if you like seeing a bunch of dudes bicker and complain and give each other shit like in the old Call of Duty lobbies, that's what we do until we're fucking tired of shit to play anymore. And also we simulcast stream. So basically you can watch me, you can watch Dan, you can watch any other streamer that's in the game with us, and you'll hear us talk. You'll hear me talk on Dan's stream and everything else. So there's that. We finished Phasmophobia and the Easter event, so I'm back to playing Path of Exile. I'll be playing that every Sundays at 10:15 p.m. And then I got my brand new controller in to replace the one where the thumbstick broke live on stream earlier this Monday. So I'll be playing Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it was embarrassing because I promised you we'd be playing Elder Scrolls again. And I had to go back to Path of Exile because I can't play first-person, third-person games with mouse and keyboard. I just can't. So anyways, Elder Scrolls Remaster is going to be Mondays and Tuesdays, 10:15 Central. And then Baz Inc. with some members of the former Geeks and Gamers tabletop community where we play Demonologist and Baz Inc. That's also at 10:15. And then Thursdays and Fridays, it's The Witcher 2 again. So we'll be doing that same time period. Throughout the week, you'll see gaming videos. If you didn't know, Apple is facing potential criminal charges over Fortnite. So that was for this past week, and a couple of new games and game updates. So there's that going. I got a lot going on. Basically, let's just say that I'm very busy trying to cover things for everybody. And next Saturday, it'll start at possibly 8 p.m. because I don't want my son around when we discuss things. But we'll have the Goon Room, aka Mikey Doucette. And it is going to be a very interesting topic because we're going to ask the questions: what is free speech? What is a Gooner game? And what separates it from porn made in a game engine? It's something that Mikey and I would talk about. I said, we should just have this talk, or the Good Room, have this talk about on an actual podcast, but I don't want children in there. So if you have kids, put them to fucking bed.
Yep.
Literally.
Yep.
And Cindy, if you wanted to come by, you're more than welcome. You know the deal. You got Cyber Dragon will know when your channel is going live. So there's that. You also have the Dragon streamer, so you can collab with anyone else who streams on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And before I forget, could you please say something in the chat so I can I know you're very busy, but this is another benefit is you ever stop by my thing because you're bored, you can't stream, or you want to chill your shit. I was inspired from Tumby. So anyone who has a wrench is usually a guest on my stream, and they can promote their content whenever they there we go. You're going to be a mod as a moderator. You're not an actual mod. I mean, if you don't have the red role in Discord, then you're not an actual mod. So I have my actual mods, but this is so you can post your links in chat whenever you say, "Hey, I'm going live at this time period," or my one friend could use some support. You want to let my audience know. That's what that's for. It's
okay, wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, you're
Cindy's a mod now.
Yay! Y'all are in trouble.
Air quotes mod, not like everyone. It's not everyone that gets my thing has that ability. So we all do our own special thing.
I need to do that in my channel.
Yeah, that's why I do that. So I'm trying to promote a gaming community.
I got mods in my channel too. I have Sonia, I have Lavistro, I have the Goon Room.
It's one thing to come on someone's chat and chill your shit without permission.
Yep.
It's another thing when you earned it and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm going to let you to do this." A-okay, because there are times where we have our highs and lows and we need support. So there's that. That being said, Cindy, thank you for coming and joining us for DagonCast. And you're, like I said before, you're welcome to be part of the panel. Join the panel whenever you want. You see a conversation like, "Hey, I'm available. I'd like to join the panel." You just let me know, and you have that right now because you've been on the podcast. Everyone else, go play your games your way, and happy gaming.
Yeah.
Yep. Take care, everybody.
You're still here. What? You thought there'd be a post-credit scene or something? This isn't a Disney movie. Show's over. Go get some sleep. Play a video game. Watch another YouTube video. I gotta take care of the Dragon League and possibly get some sleep myself. Goodbye all, and thanks for watching, and happy gaming.